Hello, everyone, and welcome to Championship Lanes here in Anderson, Indiana. Scott Gilmore alongside PBA Hall of Famer Mike Albee. Senior Masters this weekend, down to our top 16 for match play, and this is when the tournament gets exciting, Mike, after all the qualifying is done.
Yeah, single games but double elimination, so it's going to be quite exciting. And, comes down to one shot a lot of times in the 10th frame.
A lot of fresh faces in this event this year, some guys we haven't seen before. That's always a sign of new bowlers coming in to participate, which is always a great thing.
Oh, it is always great. And, watching the players, some guys with some good physical games, and, I would say it's up for grabs today.
Well, the Senior Masters are our first event here on Savage Bowling TV, and that always is a sign of bowling in full swing. We got a full slate throughout the year. We'll have the Indiana Scratch Classic in just 2 weeks at your home center. Yes. I'm sure you're looking forward to that.
Yeah, a couple weeks, and, we've got a pretty good history of that. A lot of great players who have been there and won there, so we're looking for a great field and another fun weekend. Yeah,
we'll take a couple of months off after that, and we'll be back at the end of January, 1st of February for the Indiana Masters, and then we'll have high school bowling state finals, the Queens. The full slate should be an exciting season of bowling once again here on Savage Bowling TV, and we thank you for taking some time this afternoon to watch with us. And really, Mike, this is going to go by fast. Just 16 players. In less than 4 hours, we're going to find out who is going to be crowned the winner.
Yeah, and, along with that goes you need to be in good shape physically, let alone have a good look on the lanes because, like I said, it's going to go fast. A lot of games, a lot of big shots that count. Mental taxing as well as physical.
And I know, your career obviously speaks for itself. Qualifying is a different animal. Now it's much more of a shot maker's game here today. You're bowling one person head-to-head, same pair. You have to feel like the guys that can make better shots consistently will have a great chance to win.
Well, and it goes so fast that you can't sit there and wait a couple frames to figure something out. You've got to make moves quickly, and because one shot can change the whole outcome of the game for you.
We want to thank our sponsors, Tim Mack's Victory Lane Pro Shop, Mike Albee's Arrowhead Bowl, A1 Automotive out of Fort Wayne, Pinheads, and the Brands of Brunswick for participating here with us for the Indiana State USBC Scratch events. And without their contributions, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. So we thank those sponsors once again. And now when we talk about the pattern today, it's the beaten path, 41 feet, 5-1. But, Mike, this pattern did not play like a 5-1 pattern. It played really flat, very difficult, scoring pace. We had a couple of guys shoot real well, but -3 made the cut. 121 over was the top score. So you got to think 124 pins separating 16 guys. That's a very wide variant.
Yeah, and it's gonna change, but it's gonna be a little slower because less players today, and so it's gonna go fast. But the conditions aren't gonna necessarily catch up to what had happened yesterday. So I would say it's gonna have to be. You have to keep your eyes on your bowling ball to make sure it's doing what you want it to do. And like I said, don't sit there and wait on those moves you think you ought to make. You need to make them when you think you should.
Our TV pairs this afternoon are lanes 5, 6, 9, and 10, the championship pair. And we'll have lanes 13 through 16 as well. And we'll try to switch things around to get all the matchups here possible this afternoon. Again, double elimination, so everybody will bowl here in this winner's bracket round, and then we'll have 8 winners, 8 losers, and then after 2 rounds, 4 guys will be gone. We'll be down to 12 just like that. So it's going to go by fast. Jeff Circle, our tournament director, is going to get the squad started, match play round started, and sit back and enjoy the seniors this weekend here, Championship Lanes.
No more surface adjustments, no more practice, except on the warm-up pair for people that have not lost a match. Wait to start.
All right, we'll talk about some of the matchups here. Kent Thompson from Brownstown, Indiana, the number 1 seed, was plus 121 yesterday. He'll take on 16 seed Ben Caldwell from McCordsville, Indiana. That's on 5 and 6. On lanes 9 and 10, Gary Clark, the 8 seed from DeMott, will take on David Mark from Rochester, Indiana, the 8-9. On 11 and 12, the 4 seed Ron Hurt from Greenwood, Indiana, will take on 13 seed Rick Hartung. Back to 7 and 8 will be Chad Swerick from Crete, Illinois. Will take on Scott Tapley from Goshen. That's the 5-12. 13 and 14, 2-seed Jeff Parrish, the local guy from Anderson, Indiana, right here, will take on Steve Hartman, a past senior Masters champion from West Lafayette. 7-seed Chris Toyas from Auburn, Indiana, will take on 10-seed John Burge, another local product right here from Anderson. That's your 7 and 10. They're on 17 and 18. On 15 and 16, 3-seed Ty Robbins from Indianapolis will take on Jeffrey Sanford, your 14-seed from Indianapolis. And then your 6 and 11 matchup on lanes 19 and 20, Jason Lower will take on Aaron McCormick from Brookston. Aaron, a past champion here from this regular Masters. So we have a couple of guys here, Mike, that could claim a regular Masters and a senior Masters this weekend.
That's exciting, and that'd be something well to add to your resume. And watching the first shots out there, it looks like the guys have really made good use of their practice time. Some great shots to start with. I think I've only seen 3 people who haven't struck yet. So, and that's important to use your practice balls. But as we know, when you switch after this first game, there are no more practice balls unless you're on a pair waiting in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, you want to have practice at that point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really, from what I saw yesterday, I really thought guys that can stay straighter up on the outside part of the lane is going to have a better chance of winning. When you had to migrate in, that's when you had a lot of over-under. You saw a lot of lefties leaving 3-7s and righties leaving 2-8-10s, 2-10s, and that's going to be the key. Ball speed was critical yesterday.
Yeah, and it looks like, too, I think that especially early on until there's some carry down and that sort of thing, I think you really got to watch how at the end of your swing there when you go to release the ball, you definitely don't want to hit up on it. You want to keep that projection down the lane and kind of play the back end for a while there because it's going to move for you. And you start jumping on the ball and start hitting it a little harder, and it's going to double time on the back end. Yeah,
and you're in a situation, too, where got to make your spares. You're really, in all reality, you're just trying to shoot a 2-0 game. Anything more than that is gravy. 2-0 games were huge yesterday. Obviously, the cut score being -3, so there's not a lot of scoring out there.
It was challenging, yeah, exactly.
Matter of fact, I believe 13, 14, 15. Well, it was actually 12, 13, 14, 15 were plus 15 and plus 16. So that's only a 204 average. So that's kind of what you're thinking of. I just got to keep the ball around the head pin, keep it in play, make my spares. If I can shoot 2-0, I'm going to be in good shape.
But like you said, the spares are the most important thing here. You've got to keep those because the strikes may be difficult to find, so you're going to have trouble trying to catch back up if you get those bad shots in there. Some good shots in front of us here, but like I said, once they make the move to the second game, will kind of give us more of a kind of an idea of what's going to happen because you're not going to have that 10 minutes of practice before you start. There is no practice once you move to the next pair.
Well, and it's a situation, too, where if you're on that loser side and you get no practice, you got a lot of pressure on you at that point.
Yeah, every shot becomes hugely important because it could be your first step out the door if you don't watch it.
Watching David Mark here from Rochester, Indiana. His hometown center, Junior Country Lanes. And he's got a tough split here. And he's looking at back-to-back opens to start his game against Gary Clark. Gary Clark Sr., a lot of people aren't familiar with Gary, but he resides in DeMont. Bowls his hometown center, Country Lanes, as well. He bowls a lot of Sean Staselski events, King of the Hills. I think, if I'm correct, I don't know, but he's got over 24 wins in these. So he's won a bunch of those. I bowled with Gary in one of the qualifying squads yesterday, and he was really struggling with ball reaction, and he comes out game 4 with the front 11 to shoot 299 to make the cut.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
And lays a good shot in there right now. That was perfect for a double.
And he's another guy that just kind of feathering it up the lane. Soft ball speed.
Yeah, his ball's not going to read much of the early part of the lane, so that he should put him in pretty good position for the back end.
A lot of straight players.
Well, Well, straight players, and you see some guys who have good revolutions on the bowling ball and a good release, but it's a release that really is just a strong roll. It's they're not hitting up on it. They've got good projection down the lane, but they've got good accuracy too, which seems like the total package today.
Well, he comes in a little high there.
High. Broke it down though.
4-7. That's something I couldn't do at all yesterday. When I missed, I paid full penalty yesterday, and.
Yeah, it's no fun when you just got to shoot for count on the second one.
But a lot of fresh faces in this top 16 this year. Obviously, last year we were at Hindle Lanes. Unfortunately, Hindle no longer around, but this tournament moved here to Championship Lanes, and really it hosts two of the big three in the state. The Senior Masters, the State Masters, and then obviously you have the third of the Crown Jewel with the Indiana Scratch Classic at Mike Olby's Arrowhead Bowl. Another great shot there by your number 1 seed, Kent Thompson.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball very well, but he's in a tough match there because Ben Caldwell is throwing the ball very well. They look great on that pair they're bowling on here on 5 and 6. But they both have great physical games, and you know, it'd be no surprise to see either one of them.
Well, and
tough match right out of the start for both of them, though.
Yeah, and you're thinking, you know, Kent's probably thinking, okay, I'm going to get to bowl the 16 seed, who's -3.
Yeah.
Well, but it's Ben Caldwell, who is a really good player, and sometimes what you think might be fortunate is not.
And that's the thing about the Masters event and the format. Great shot, beautiful half pocket hit, ball's hitting strong. Yeah, they're in a tough match there.
Yeah.
And whoever's bowling them next, whether it's in the winner's bracket or the loser's bracket, is going to be in for another tough one.
Yeah, and this is one of those where you got to put the blinders on, Mike. You're looking around, and some other guys are struggling, and
it's all about you in this one.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
You just stick to your own game for sure.
And really, the pair right next to him, Chad Swearick, right now had front 3 goes 8 spare, and Chad's opponent, Scott Tapley, goes strike, spare, double. So we got a heck of a match here on 7 and 8. And you see Chad on the right side. Ooh, he comes in high, 4, 6, 7.
And, you know, he missed a head pin on the shot before that, and it looks like that one maybe got it in just a touch, maybe trying to keep it. But there is an out of bounds for sure.
Oh, great shot there by Ben. Ben bowling out of McCordsville, Indiana. His home center in Pinheads. McCordsville, just a suburb there of outside of Fishers. Pinheads, his hometown, he said majority of the time. A lot of the guys in that area, they bowl in what the big travel league that goes around to a lot of the Royal Pin centers, and you got a little familiarity with the Royal Pin centers yourself back in the day, right?
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time there.
Won a few times in one of them too, right?
Yeah, I actually won a regional there once, and won the 1984 Indianapolis Open there on the tour. So.
Oh, fortunate break.
Very good
for Ben. And boy, if you're Kent, you don't even want to look at that.
Hopefully you didn't see that.
Yeah.
Hopefully you didn't see that. That's one thing I always tried to keep my head down. I didn't need to know that. I just tried to stay. It was tough enough to keep track of what I was doing.
Well, and you know, you can still hear.
Oh, well,
right.
Yeah,
so you kind of know.
You got an idea.
Right.
Yeah.
It does make a distinct sound, whether it misses a head
when you
pin
see
or
it with your eyes.
Yeah.
It's a totally different story.
Yeah, and you don't want to come out steaming on your next shot, right? But a great match here. Lots of strikes. Oh, just rips the rack light.
Beautiful shot.
Here's
that
the thing.
Almost left a 4-pin blowing the rack.
Yeah, the light mixer here is the way to go. A lot of guys that hit a little heavy. The 8 and 9 pin came into play.
Oh,
and the light mixer, the lot of pin carry here on the pin decks here at Championship Lanes.
Yeah, we are watching quite a match here, I'll tell you.
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't see a whole lot of pairs where two guys had 5 strikes out of 6 frames each. Again, want to thank you for watching here on Savage Bowling TV. Feel free to join us in the chat if you'd like. Feel free to ask any questions. We'll try to answer them as wisely as we can.
Wisely, that was a good choice.
Was I used my words wisely there?
mean we're not on a 7-second delay this time? Come
Yeah.
on. Chad,
Yeah.
you can work on
I
that,
don't.
can't you?
I don't think Chad has the old sensor button over there. I'm gonna have to work on that.
Well, you guys have upgraded so much equipment here. It's amazing the amount of equipment that you guys have upgraded on and continue to do, which is wonderful. But come on, a button for that? Come on.
Yeah, I know. You'd be in charge of it right now, Mike. You're close to all the.
Well, you don't want me touching the buttons. I'm telling you that. Where's the on-off?
Oh. Well, Scott Tapley here in the 5th, spared and struck in the 6th, and now Chad Swierick in the 6th frame here on an open frame. Oh, and he comes in light, leaves a weak 10.
And
Now,
I'll tell you, that was so close to the one when he flagged the head pin the last time on that lane. I mean, we're talking a couple boards difference is all it was.
now Ben Caldwell with a string of
Oh,
strikes
pretty
here,
shot.
and he's 5 in a row, and he is locked in, Mike.
Yeah, pretty shot.
You know, you got to have some luck in this game when they're hard, right? And obviously Ben fortunate enough to get a Brooklyn strike there in the 6th frame, and he's
But to come back and make a shot like that off that, I mean, was
Absolutely.
a tremendous physical shot, and you know, he's got a really good roll, really nice to the line, great approach, great solid game.
and Chad with the spare in the 6th. Now Ben, 5 in a row here, 8th frame. Oh, the first mistake. Remember, he went cross over, and
Yeah.
now right through the face this time.
And it really looked like he had more speed. You know, I don't know if he caught it a little more, but boy, that ball broke really sharp on the back end, and obviously, you know, big 4.
We're going to try to mix shots around, show you other pairs, but right now we're showing you this because it's the tightest match of the bunch here.
Yeah, that just brought Ben back in. He's going to be a little bit behind now.
Oh, and Chad Swierick goes right through the face, big 4.
And that's what we're seeing. You see the problem with, you know, they are so difficult, really important on accuracy, but it's important on ball speed too. So it's so easy to get out there and try to fit one. And when you fit one, it just does not go where you want it to go.
Yeah, and you just can't grab it. You know, one thing, guys get a little grabby at the bottom, hit up on it too much.
Jumps, yeah.
You get so much angle.
And that's where the mental part of the game comes in. You start faking yourself out a little bit on what you need to do.
Man, he'll take his 2. But it's going to give him 128 in the 7th right now.
About 20 down or so there.
He's 31 down right now. Or you're right, 21 down. It could be 31 here with the strike by Scott Tapley. Oh, and right after that, Kent Thompson goes right through the face too. And he leaves the 3-4-7. Now this one's pretty makeable. But are you willing to give up pin count?
Yeah, in a certain way it is, yeah. It's tough when you slide that 3 across, though. You got to get them both. You know, and sometimes that if you hit the 4, it doesn't get to the 7, but we'll see what he does.
Tapley comes in.
This is to keep him in the lead.
Skosh High leaves the 4, and now Thompson with the chance. You know, there you give up a pin.
Yeah.
In a tight match, you just never know. And
But you know, in a tight match, I mean, this is one of those where he was going to stay in the lead with the spare, so now he's fallen down by 10. So.
And that's the thing too. It's risk reward.
It really
what
is.
are you willing to risk?
Yep.
Obviously, making the spare is the all-time reward, but other matches going on. It looks like we got a close one here between Ron Hurt and Rick Hartung. Now we're back here on 13 through 16, and that's Jeff Parrish, Steve Hartman match on 13 and 14, and Ty Robbins, Jeffrey Sanford. This your look here at Jeff Sanford. Comes in high, leaving the 2-9 or 3-9. That's the thing, Mike. It's just so easy to almost overcorrect. You come in light, you make a slight little move, and then the ball jumps. And that's
if you miss to the right, if you're a right-hander, obviously it looks like there's a little wiggle out there, and it's not going to make it back. But you know, it comes to a point where it's not just going to make it back. It doesn't even hit the head pin. So it's a very difficult and demanding shot, and it's so important how you're able to release the ball nice and smoothly. You don't want to jump on it, don't want to lose it. It's very demanding physically today.
Like Chris Toyas, I bowl with him in one of my squads. He's the lone lefty here in the top 16, and I beat him in the first qualifying squad, which didn't really mean much. We both missed, but he bowled again, shot 160 his first game, didn't know what he had, made a big move, and ended up shooting 680 his next three, and so
found his way in. Yeah.
Found his way in, but it just goes to show you if you get lined up and you get comfortable, you have a chance on anything.
Yeah, it doesn't. The condition is very difficult, so it doesn't. It makes you look like you're not throwing the ball very good at times, and it's not. You're not far off. It doesn't take much to look like you don't have it there.
And there's a good shot by Jeff with the strike. He's struggling too, and boy, you look around and there's some guys really struggling and there's some guys bowling really good.
Yeah, you're gonna take some breaks here for sure.
Well, after each game, we'll take a quick little pause as players move around. And one thing really nice about this event, Jeff, everybody starts the next round at the same time, so you don't have a lot of downtime.
And that's important. That's important for the integrity of the tournament, but also for the bowlers. And you know, nobody can take an advantage by running up there and getting done quick and getting started in the next one, and then the other guys have to catch up. So yeah, it's a great way. Jeff and his crew does a wonderful job. The best there are here in tournament director and crew.
Is that the Ben Caldwell just missed to the right? Is that the normal mental overcorrection when you come in high the previous shot, and then you're?
It creates a lot of thinking, and you know you want to do all your thinking before you ever get up there. So, and if you're not confident with what you want to do, then you stay back there till you are, because otherwise you're going to make a shot like that where you didn't get the release he wanted, just trying to maybe play too careful.
You know, that's, you know, you look at Chad Swearick's game here, it just tells you just how hard they are. First 3 strikes, 8 spare in the fourth, you're thinking, okay, he's on a 230 pace. Then all of a sudden, a couple of loose shots, and now if he strikes out, he shoots 184.
Yeah.
And that just shows you how fast a game can turn around.
Yeah, because like you talked about paying the penalty yesterday, that's with this kind of demanding condition, that's what you're going to do. You're going to be off just a little bit, but it's going to look a lot more down by the pins.
Scott comes in light, 7 pin. Knocked the 5 down late. Ron Hertz got a nice little string going here against Rick Hartung. And here's the other thing too is 1, 2, I believe, 2 super duper seniors made it in. Rick Hartung and Steve Hartman. That means you're over 70. And then we have 1, 2, 3 super seniors, which means you're over 60. So got some guys with a lot of experience from an age standpoint making here the top 16. So Aaron McCormick, this is his first attempt at the Senior Masters.
Yes.
Ben with a strike there.
Yeah, Aaron's looking forward to giving it a shot, and here he is in match play already, and you know, with an opportunity to maybe, like you said, maybe win that Senior Masters to go along with his regular Masters.
Oh, and the first mistake, but I don't think it's going to matter here for Scott Tapley. 7-10 split. Yeah, he's already got 180. No, he has 185. It's got a missed score there. And he's going to back his way in. Mike, he's going to go open more than likely to finish his game and backdoor into this. Kind of just hold on.
Yeah. The only thing there when you open a 10th and it doesn't really matter. He's probably looking for that extra fill ball there, which that's something you got to worry about as well. You'd like to have those extra. The more shots you get, the better off you are.
Well, Ben Caldwell just threw a beautiful shot here in the second ball in the 10th to lock out Kent Thompson. So the 16 seed is going to advance with a strike here. Ben will shoot 232. Kent had a chance if Ben did not strike to maybe even sneak out with a win because he has 222 left.
Nice finish.
And what a finish in the 10th frame for Ben Caldwell.
But that's the game. You know, what do you got? A 5-bagger and then 3 at the end, but you got two errant shots in the middle, which probably weren't that errant, but you know, he paid the price with a big 4 and then missed a head pin, and so it's that. Those are the type of games you got to throw to advance.
Well, and oh my goodness.
Well, that would have been a 4-9 normally, but he left a 9-10, which is obviously very rare on a pocket hit.
Been unbelievable to see the 4-9-10.
Yeah.
Well, and Kent studying other scoreboards, and he's probably just thinking, man, going to take 186 wins the match to your right.
Yeah, that's one of those
170
things you really don't want to look at the scoreboard too much.
170 is going to win the match to the right of them. Oh! Boy, the rack came down.
Yeah, I don't know how it did that.
Doesn't matter, and if I'm him, I wouldn't care to have it reset.
Well, I mean, but then you got to figure if he makes that, he's got another ball.
Right.
So if you ever wanted to try something different, that's where it comes in. So it could could be a big thing.
Right, because you don't get practice.
Yeah.
So maybe you make an adjustment or make a
change
ball
a ball
change
and
just to see something else.
No, I wouldn't just take that. He's taking it and just going to take it, but I would. I'm saying that could be one of the most important balls of the tournament for you.
Do you think that could be, lack of tournament experience possibly in that situation?
Or he knows what he wants to do and doesn't want to confuse himself. So I wouldn't second guess him, but I would. If there was ever a time you wanted to know something, that would be the time. But he may feel like he's got what he wants and doesn't want to confuse that, and we know how important the middle part of it is, and because it looked like he had a pretty good shot to spare.
Yeah. Well, Gary Clark's going to advance over David Mark. David off to a really rough start there in his game. First 6 opens. And not familiar with David. He's from Rochester, Indiana. And you got to think, too, when this is your first time bowling in this situation, everything you can do to calm the nerves, right? The adrenaline.
Yeah, and when you start out struggling a little bit, boy, the snow. I mean, if the mountain just keeps falling on you, it's just it's hard to stop that flow. So you just got to take a deep breath and get back to the basics and just try to get lined up for the next one.
Yeah, the snowball just keeps
it's
getting
hard.
bigger and bigger.
Very hard. Yeah.
Well, and you feel like you're up every second, right?
Yeah, I mean, it really just comes. It's like drinking out of a fire hose. I mean, man, it's coming at you.
When you're struggling in league,
yeah,
and there's 5 guys on your team. You got time to regroup.
Yeah.
Here you have no time to regroup because you feel like you're constantly up.
Yep.
So, well, guys that we know that won: Ben Caldwell, Gary Clark, Scott Tapley won right here in front of us. I believe Ron Hurt's going to win. John Burge defeated Chris Toyas. And then the other matches are a little bit out of our camera view. Aaron McCormick is still bowling, I see. Now, here's the thing. I'm hearing through the grapevine that someone makes the best toffee and chocolate chip cookie on the planet.
Well, I'll have to agree. They are very, very good for sure. Yeah, my wife has started a small little baking business, Ella Pauline Baking Company. It's named after her mother, but yeah, she's got her sourdough that she does, and a lot of desserts and loaves of bread and things like that. So she's got her Facebook page going and doing that. And yeah, Aaron McCormick is a one that has tried them and likes them, and so every time I see Aaron, he's always looking for another batch. So. But yeah, no, she's been doing that. She started her sourdough back in April and all that, and so she's turned in. It's really, really good. She does a great job.
Well, no one has a sweeter tooth than Aaron McCormick.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
I've never seen him turn down a cookie or a pastry, and that has nothing to do with him being a police officer. You know.
Well, you can, as long as you own that statement, you know.
Probably not going to get out of any ticket anytime soon. No, and I mean that all in good fun. But
yeah.
Now, what we're going to ask is, are we going to get a sample, some toffee and chocolate chip cookies in a couple weeks at your place?
Well, my wife's in a small business, so I don't know if she's going to be able to afford your appetite for cookies.
Yeah, I don't eat that many. You just got to keep Chad, out of them. So, but
he always says only one when they bring them, and it's always more than that.
Right. Well, hey, I'm just throwing that out there.
I can put an order in. I might, you'll have to tell me what you want. So.
Well, all I was told is the toffee and chocolate chip are the best.
Oh,
so we got to try those.
They are good.
And then if she has one that she definitely wants, hey, we'll give her a good plug.
Okay.
Oh, we
right.
just did.
Oh, we're live?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that's fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's she loves doing it and does a great job with it, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, good. And it's
I
always,
don't have anything to do with it. That's why it's fun for me. But
well, Aaron was like, I don't know how Mike's not 400 pounds.
yeah, that is a problem. Yeah, it is a problem.
So, Mike, people are asking for the link in the chat here. So,
okay, I will come up and get that for you.
Okay, we'll have it. We'll get it here at some point.
Alrighty, bowlers, if you move to your next pair, everybody gets there, you can begin your matches.
See, everybody loves a good cookie or a pastry.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So, well, we can have Chad pin that link to the top of the chat. So, we know one thing: bowlers like to eat.
Yes, we do.
Sometimes they say it calms your nerves a little bit.
Of course, I showed up for breakfast this morning. You guys had already ordered,
I
so
know,
my
I know.
goodness.
I know.
And here we are starting already.
Yeah.
Like I said, there is no break. It's just right into it and go.
All right, Chad Swearick and Rick Hartung on 5 and 6 in a losers bracket match, and Ben Caldwell and Gary Clark here on 7 and 8 winners bracket. Ron Hurt taking on Scott Tapley on our championship pair on 9 and 10. And Mike, you're very familiar with Ron Hurt from Greenwood, Indiana, PBA member. He bowls a lot of PBA 50 events.
Mm-hmm.
Good bowler.
Yep, very good.
Nice shot there, high flush strike. And you got to think coming into this, and you never want to say, you never know who the favorite is, but if you're picking one guy, he's probably one you're considering just because of all the tournament experience he has.
Good experience, yeah. Looks like he's playing the lanes very well and very confident. We watched right here, watch Ben Caldwell start his second match with a strike, so he's carried over from the first one. And that's the hard part, going from game to game, lane to lane, and knowing what the ball's going to do. But only thing you can really do is go out there and throw your best shot so that you know that you make an adjustment off that shot. You don't want to throw away a shot early, because then you're going back, when you come back to bowl on the one lane you start on, if you didn't throw a good shot the first time, you're basically experimenting again. Yeah,
and Scott Tapley, a very soft-handed straight player. His biggest challenge is going to be carry, and boy, you can't do that. Can't miss single pins.
Yeah, he's able to play a little more straighter up because the ball's not reading the front part of the lane, so he just got to make sure he keeps it on line. And of course, missed a 10 pin there. He needs to make his spares, but he could be in play all day.
All right, looking here in the chat, I haven't had a chance. John Kelly watching us with us this morning. Hope all is well, John, and he's wishing the Kokomo bowlers good luck. Rick Hartung. Keith Koger bowled and just missed the cut. He was the alternate. Thomas Lovell watching with us, and he was asking for the link to the bakery. Smart guy. And Ron Everingham, good friend Ron, who just elected into the Indiana State Hall of Fame with myself from South Bend area. He's very familiar with Scott Tapley and Rick Hartung. Scott from Goshen, Indiana. Ron, great to have you in the chat watching with us this morning. Hope you're doing well. And I laughed with Ron in my speech, as you're supposed to put all the achievements that you had, and I had to flip the page like 3 times in the book to get to the end of Ron's accomplishments. I believe Ron was the first bowler in his area. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ron, in the chat, but I believe he was the first one to ever shoot 300 in his area. So Ron's got a ton of achievements, wonderful human being, and glad that I was able to be elected in the same class as he was. And thanks for watching again. And now we have scores and stuff from our previous matches. Here we'll go over here, quick rundown. You all know Ben Caldwell defeated Kent Thompson 232 to 198. Gary Clark defeated David Mark 173 to 129. Ron Hurt defeated Rick Hartung 219 to 201. Scott Tapley defeated Chad Swierick 186-174. Jeff Parrish defeated Steve Hartman 188 to 177. Chris Toyas, John Burge beat Chris Toyas 242 to 232. Tough break for Chris. Had the second high game in the entire event, and you're in the losers bracket. Jeff Sanford defeated Ty Robbins 174 to 154, and Aaron McCormick defeated Jason Lower 194 to 168. So your second round matches here on 7 and 8: Ben Caldwell, Gary Clark, Ron Hurt, Scott Tapley 9 and 10, Jeff Parrish, John Burge 15 and 16, Jeff Sanford, and Aaron McCormick 17-18. Those are your winners brackets. And your losers: David Mark, Kent Thompson on 11 and 12, 5 and 6, Chad Swierick, Rick Hartung, 19 and 20, Chris Toya, Steve Hartman, 13 and 14, Jason Lower and Ty Robbins. Jason Lower, by the way, just moved here not too long ago. He resides right now in Indianapolis, but just moved here from Portland, Oregon. So definitely a big change of scenery for him. You go from the Mountain West to the Midwest.
Yes.
3 hours adjustment there, but unfortunately he's got the Indiana Hoosiers football team, but you go from probably watching the Oregon Ducks to Purdue football, and boy, you took a gut punch there as Purdue football really struggling so far this season. But anyway, good to see new guys here in the Senior Masters. And we're about 3 frames in here to our second round. You're watching 9 and 10, the championship pair. Scott Tapley coming in light with a strike. After the open frame, he's gone strike, spare, strike, and Ron Hurt with a double 9 spare. Gary Clark just out of your left there with a spare. And he's in a lead by 13 over Ben Caldwell, who just opened in the third. Well, one thing we do know, Mike, we're going to have a brand new champion this year. Ken Galitsky, our champion from last year, did not make the cut. Myself from 2022 did not make the cut. And, of course, we're thinking about the late Jeff Bowman, who won the inaugural Senior Masters in 2021. And speaking of that, definitely a classy move here this morning by Jeff Circle. Moment of silence for the very first very first State Masters champion, Steve Ireland, who passed this past weekend. And our condolences to his family and all of his friends and all the bowlers that have known Steve. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And really sad to hear about his passing.
Very sorry, yes. Totally agree.
All right, you're watching Ron Hurt here now with a double 2-9 spares. I want to thank Lane Talk for providing scoring here for us. Lane Talk lags behind just a second or two from getting it posted, but I want to thank them for helping us out with scoring. Really makes it easy for you to follow along on what's going on, and comes in light. Wow. And leaves the 4-pin. That is the bizarre hit.
That pin almost went through the 4 and the 7 without hitting either one of them. But yeah, great shot right up the lane, good ball speed. He's been able to make good shots.
Well, and you think you hit there, Mike.
Yeah.
That's going to be a light mixer strike.
Yeah, the pins are flying around to do the job.
Right,
yeah.
maybe the 7-pin.
Yeah.
You don't get the 7, but the 4 is it's just
a rare one.
That's the unusualness of the pin carry sometimes you get here at Championship Lanes. But if your ball is rolling right, it is very scoreable house.
And as we would have expected, looking up and down the scores, you don't see strikes. You don't see many strikes. So that making that move it's just trying to find out where to start. And you just basically got to start where you left off on the other pair just to see. But it's a challenge.
Right. Well, Ben Caldwell is going to go back-to-back opens. Now we're on 5 and 6. Rick Hartung, Chad Swearick match. The other thing too, Mike, is what end of the house do you come from? Every house has their quirks, right? Some areas, obviously, where the counter is. Some lanes are going to have a little more friction. Some are going to be tighter based on that. But every pair can be slightly different. And can you make that adjustment quick enough? And how important it is to make good shots those first 2 on each lane so you get a good read.
Yeah, because otherwise you're guessing every time you go on there until you make a good shot. You really don't know what the true ball reaction is going to be. So your first 2 shots on each lane, or your first shot on each lane, is the ones that are going to make or break you all day, because otherwise you're guessing the next time you go back up there. So it's so important to throw a physically good shot so you can get a read off of it. And
Ben Caldwell there off the right side of your screen through the strike on lane 7. He's down 21 to Gary Clark Sr. And now here's Chad Swearick from Crete, Illinois. He bowls at Hobart lanes. That's why he's eligible to bowl the Senior Masters. As long as you have 21 games in the state of Indiana, you are eligible to participate in the state events. Now, Scratch Classic at Arrowhead, at your place, Mike, you can bowl from anywhere you want. It's the open event here in the state of Indiana. Ooh, Gary Clark very fortunate there to leave just the 6-pin. 7-pin goes down real late.
And those hits can be as good as strikes if you break them down so you can get a spare, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Way off to the far right of your screen, Scott Tapley strikes in the 6. He goes spare strike. That's a tight match, too. He's up 2 pins. Or excuse me, he's down 18 to Ron Hurt. Boy, and you don't want to pull it because it'll grip the lane.
No, yeah, it's gonna take that back in and go dead left.
Chad he knew he kind of missed in a little bit. He was
hold up.
Yeah, he was wanting it to push right a little bit.
But that's how important it was, because he knew if he got it right, it wasn't coming back. So, yeah, you're kind of caught in that crossover area, which makes it more and more difficult to throw a good shot, because mentally you're trying to fit one instead of just release it because you're afraid to let it go because you're afraid where it's going to end up.
Right. Boy, and when you move pairs, you're just hoping that your pair that you're going to is somewhat as close to what you – but you know it's not because you didn't get 10 minutes of practice on it. Ooh, and he comes in high. And something you don't see every day, the 3-7-9-10.
I'm not sure I've seen it ever, but it's, yeah.
You see, there's another instance where Gary comes in high, but he's able to break up the split.
Yeah, those are 2 important shots that he threw to break those down. Gary getting 2 good breaks, but you got to fill them up and spare.
This should be an interesting spare attempt here from Chad on the 3-7-9-10. You can make this, but you're going to have to get it extremely right. Oh, and he does. What a shot.
Gorgeous shot.
Boy.
Very nice shot. Good release. Nice firm. Got it right spot.
A couple things. We always would tell guys, don't leave anything you can't make.
Yeah.
And 2, you know, it looks like he shot at that a few times.
Well, to pick up, just the 3, 9, 10 was phenomenal to pick up there with, the ball gets all that, but to actually get the 3 to go into the 7 with it, that
Right.
was wonderful.
Well,
Great
fortunate
shot.
for him, you knew he was going to have to hook it just
Well,
to get to
it's
the 9
hugely
pin.
important. That keeps him 3 pins down. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that was a big shot in this game.
Well, and that's the other thing too, Mike. Your opponent's coming off an open frame. He's probably thinking about what does he need to do on this shot. So, yeah, huge spare conversion there.
Ben Hardware leaves a solid 4 pin on that strike, so he's going to stay back 20 pins.
That's high. Oh, and it held. Oh, my goodness. Boy, that ball looked like it was just a skosh inside. And
Well, the ball's, he's got that ball where it's just kind of, it's pretty clean off the back end. It's not really jumping. It's just nice and smooth, and it held for him.
well, Ben makes the spare, but you're right.
He threw a great shot to try to, eat into that deficit he's got, but leaves a solid 4 pin.
Well, he's down 18 now. He did cut a few pins off of that,
4
but
frames to go, though. 4 frames.
a lot can happen. That on this pattern, Mike, that's a lot of
Yeah,
bowling
it is.
left.
It is.
Scott Tapley with a double here on 9 and 10, so strikes in the 6 and 7. And he cuts that deficit to 5. He could actually take a 5-pin lead here over Ron Hurt with a strike in the 8th.
Big shot here.
Oh, on a
beautiful ball.
4-9. Oh,
4-9. Great shot. Put it right where he wanted it. Sharp angle on that back end, but boy, needs that spare to keep it within a mark here.
Michael in the chat, appreciate the congratulations on my induction into the Hall of Fame. And yeah, Bill Kendall right there in our same class. Great to see Bill get in the State Hall of Fame too as well. And he's pulling for his hometown guys. He's pulling for Jeff Parrish and John Burge. And, a little story about John Burge. I used to run the Ebonite Lafayette Open for years. Chad and I began that back in the late 90s, 97, I believe. John Burge was one of the first guys to ever bowl on our TV show.
Oh.
And, it's great to see John still bowling and obviously bowling quite well. He's still in the winner's bracket here.
Yeah, you had a great class last year. That was a great group of Hall of Famers.
Yeah, it was too bad you couldn't be there. I was.
Yeah, we were at the fundraiser, I
Yep.
believe. Yep.
Yeah, you were at Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and always loved to hear guys. Everybody gets emotional because it
Yeah.
is such a big
Oh.
part of your career, right? I mean, everybody has aspirations of
That's
getting
the piece
there.
it's your career is shooting for that spot. Yep. Gives you a chance to reflect and thank and all those wonderful things that come with that.
And Kent Thompson here on 11 and 12, taking on David Martin. He has the unfortunate game of can't make a spare right now. He's got
Luckily, he's got
5
some
strikes
going, yeah.
Yeah, 4 of them in a row, luckily, but he's got 3 open frames, and that's a close match. Now Ron Hurt trying to convert the 10 pin here. Oh, man, he just does.
Just enough.
That's why they put an
Once they
extra
go
coat
down.
of paint,
Once
right?
they go down. Yeah.
Now Chad Swierick here on 5 and 6 and washout split. He just can't get anything going here. Can he make another tough one? No. Open frame in the 7th, 110 in the 7th. But now, I always felt like, too, when your opponent opens, sometimes that can loosen the arm swing up a little bit, but they are so hard you just can't relax any at all.
It's too easy to talk yourself out of things mentally. So that's why it's so important to do all your thinking back off the approach until you're ready to get your feet set, and then it's all about hitting your target. Let your body do all the work.
Well, Jason Lower taking on Ty Robbins on 13 of 14, and he's got a 5-bagger going. He is clean through 8. He is in full command over Ty Robbins. Ty from Indianapolis, Indiana. His hometown center is Western Bowl. And there's John Burge Sr. there on your right on 15. Comes in high, leaving the 6'10". Light mixer. Oh, 10-pin doesn't fall. Oh. Yeah, just over here looking right in front of us as Ron Hurt just picked off the 3 off the 6. And open frame in the 9th, 170. But he's still in control because Scott's on a 180 pace. Scott still needing to double here.
Well, he can strike out and win it.
Controls his own destiny.
Yes, he does. Got to have this one, though.
Oh, and he does. High flush.
High flush. Take those all day.
You know, one thing about Scott, he is playing so straight and pointing it off the corner. His miss is going to be more left than it will be right.
Yeah.
If he misses right, it's almost in the gutter.
Yeah.
So, from that standpoint, he's just trying to project the ball as much as possible. Kent Thompson coming in high there with the 3-6 as well. That is a loser's bracket match. With a spare, he can go 184, but now
yeah, he's gonna need to pick that up and get good count, and then
force Ron to
he's gonna
mark.
need a little help. Yeah.
And you know, you think about all he's got to do is mark. Oh, as Gary Clark just goes right through the face with the 6-7-10. You think, oh, he just needs a spare. Well, that is not always that easy.
No, it's not. Not out here today. It's gonna be tough.
And Scott just makes the 4 or the 6-10. You know, and really, you look back, he missed a 10-pin in the first frame, and that could be the difference in this match.
Oh, good try, Gary Clark, Senior. Opens up. We've got a very tight match down here now. Ben Caldwell goes into the lead, I think. Yep. Oh no, he's still up. He's got 180 left, 190 left, so he's in good shape still. Gary is.
Yeah, any type of a mark here is going to win this match. Yeah. And Scott with the strike there in the field ball, 183. And that's going to do it. 4 pins is all he needs in 2 shots.
That's the best kind of mark, that strike.
You're darn right it is. It takes all the thinking out of it, doesn't it?
No.
Now Chad Swerg still in. He's down 14. Late stages of this game. This is an elimination match, Mike, so a lot of pressure on. Now Ron just needing a mark here in the 10th. Oh,
nice shot.
You said the strike is the best mark?
Yes, that's
it is.
a good one. Yep.
Gary Clark with
There's
that light
one.
mixer.
Yeah, that's the light one you're looking for.
Now a big shot here on lane 5 here, 9th frame. Setup frame here. Chad still has 190 out there possible. Can he throw?
Oh.
And that's back-to-back 4 pins. You think, oh, I need the next 3. Well, you've gotten one strike.
You got to take them one.
You only have
time.
1 strike in the entire. It's just so hard.
It is. You got to just take them one at a time. It's tough to look forward.
Another nice ball from
good
Ron.
shot by Ron Hurt.
He's going to win his match. Gary Clark is a winner.
Pretty shot by Ben Caldwell. Not enough, obviously, but one to work on for this next game.
Not sure. It looks like maybe Kent Thompson eliminated in 2. Yes, he is. He loses 179 to 173.
Oh, ouch.
So our number 1 seed has been eliminated.
Yeah, those will make you stay up at night.
That's the tough part too here in this pattern is you see a lot of 4 pins for the righties.
Yeah.
And
When you get that close, you want to have them, but boy, it's just the angle's tough.
But it's just the move is what do you make off of that? Because you
lose the pocket, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, Rick with a miss left. Rick is the father of Chris Hartung from Elkhart, Indiana. Chris, a PBA regional winner himself. Bowls a lot of the NBA events, the Michiana Bowlers Association. As a matter of fact, I believe he won his 4th title, I believe, just last month.
Very nice.
So, obviously bowling in the bloodlines in the Hartung family. Tough spare here. And a good cover.
Yeah, that's a big.
Especially when you miss the head pin left.
No,
it's just,
yeah, that makes you think.
Well, it's so easy to chop the head pin right off of that.
Easy, yeah.
Ball over hooks. But now, 194 possible, 179. So any type of a mark and good count by Rick here will be enough to advance.
It's like everybody's finishing about the same time, pretty close, which is good.
Wow, got a correction here. Ken Thompson did win. Couldn't quite see the score real well, but he won 183 to 179.
Yow.
I need better glasses.
Better get those binoculars on the.
Ooh.
Get you some binoculars.
Rick fortunate that the 10-pin falls late, almost a washout split. But pin count can start.
Yeah, right. You got to be careful of the pin count.
Right now, he's with a spare strike, Mike. He's 181, so he goes
Got
up there
2
and
pins
goes
to play
7-pin
with, right?
again.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to leave an opening.
He'll at least give Chad a chance. So
But first things first, you know.
Yes.
These spares are not easy.
no, sir.
Oh, sir, wait a minute. Who are you talking to?
I'm trying to get those cookies in a couple weeks. I got to be really nice.
You better worry about the ones today first.
All right, here's the spare
That's
shot.
going to have to hurry.
Oh, my goodness, and he misses it. That's going to be 168.
Needs a fill.
Now he only needs he can go spare strike.
Well, you need a strike spare.
Strike spare, yeah.
You got to hold your count. So, yeah, he needs the
strike
first one here.
spare can win it.
Yeah, he needs the first one. And this is an elimination match as well.
Well, anything less than 9, Rick advances on this first
Right.
ball.
Yep.
And you look at what Chad's done here lately. He has a couple of 9 counts. He's left back-to-back 4 pins. What can he do here? 10th frame. Oh, and he leaves it short. Oh, he's going to get a huge break, Mike.
Yeah, still got a chance to get a tie out of this. Got to spare this.
Oh, my goodness, he got a huge break. And, you know, he's at a point right now where mentally you're struggling, trusting it to the right.
But
And
that one dropped short. So
You set it in
yeah.
a little bit, and you just know it has no chance. Well, it looks like, looking here at, looks like Jeff Parrish defeated John Burge, the Anderson guys. As John's coming down here. Now he's got to make this spare.
Got it.
Now, 10. He has to have a strike here.
To tie.
Anything less than a strike.
One ball roll off? Is that what it
Yeah.
is? One ball
9th and 10th, I
Ninth
believe.
and 10th, okay. we might see a appearance of our tournament director, Jeff Circle, then.
That's right. Well, all you can do is make a good shot. You
No.
can't control anything else.
You got to not think and just hit that target.
Strike to tie. That's better.
Smooth.
Oh, oh my goodness, a pin came off the side. Looks like it was going to be an 8 pin.
Oh boy, what a shot. That was an awesome shot. Nice and smooth. Gave the ball a chance. Ball didn't overreact in the back. Got the good pin action and got to do it again. There's
Definitely.
Jeff giving the instructions out
Yeah,
now.
we're going to have a 9th and 10th. So everybody else, now the winners, they are done for 1 round. Losers will only bowl in this 3rd round. But now we have a 9th and 10th frame roll off. All the other matches will be on hold until this one has been decided. But what a shot by
great
Chad
shot.
under
Great
extreme
shot.
pressure. And here's one thing. He projected the ball nicely, so he gave it a
He
chance.
didn't hit it. He didn't hit it. Just got through it nice and smooth and let the ball do all the work. And it did.
Now Rick will lead off here in this roll off, and he goes through the face, fortunate to break it up, leaving just the 6-10. I'm left-handed. I keep wanting to say 4-7.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I'm looking in a mirror. It's reversed. Oh my goodness. But now,
You got to fill this. Well, you got to fill this first.
who's
Fill this-
advantage now?
I don't know if there is an advantage out there. This is one you just got to. Here's a big shot right here. Just get your spare. Now the pressure goes on the other side. So you just kind of keep. It's like a tennis match to a degree. Back and forth, back and forth. Make the best shot you can.
Almost like first one that doubles wins, right? Almost.
Well, I mean, I think it's almost the first one that opens is behind the 8 ball. Rather than the doubles have not been very easy to get. So the opens seem to be popping up. So make sure you don't give one. Let's loosen up your opponent.
All right, here we go. Well, he's got some good vibes on this right lane. It's where he just threw a strike to tie the match. That's another good
nice.
shot.
Yeah,
Oh,
he threw that nice.
that might have been his best shot of the match.
And you wonder, did he make a little move on that, or did he stick with where he was at? But he threw that so much crisper, and just it got to the hook point where it needed to be, and just did everything it had to do.
Well, I think he just stayed right where he was at and just tried to pier one at that point.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a good thought. I would try to do the same thing.
You just try to tell yourself, just hit your spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was laid back a little bit more on that one and just kind of stayed back on it and got caught it.
Smooth, right? Yeah. All right. Oh, another great shot.
I tell you what, those were 2 of the best shots I've seen today. That's awesome.
What you don't realize as a fan and a viewer, just the amount of stress that's on your body right now.
Well, especially this is an elimination match. So
Exactly.
Your next job after this is taking your balls to the car. I mean, it's a tough shot. Well, another strike, and that's, keep it on the lane, and you're on to the next one. One thing you don't want to do is leave enough for your opponent to have a chance. But boy, he makes another shot like he did these last 2.
Oh. Wow. A little fast.
He fell off it a little bit with his feet, but he put it in the right part of the lane to strike, he thought. So that wasn't a bad shot, just a little quick at the feet, and maybe missed it a little bit. But
I think that's going to be enough to win, I believe, if he makes the spare. Is that correct?
well,
He had 3 in a row, right?
he's going to be at. This will give him 46. And his opponent has 3 strikes and 10th for 50. Need them all.
Oh, hook. Well,
So
comes
it's
in like 45.
45. So we got his opponent has 50 left.
That's right. That's why I have you in the booth. You're I was told there'd be no math when I took this job.
I keep waiting for it to score, and it's not doing it, so I had to try to figure it out.
Yeah, I didn't write it down, unfortunately, either. My fault.
Yeah, I got to have them one at a time here. Needs the first one.
That's close. Oh, and it doesn't
Just
hook.
didn't catch it. I missed it.
And that
Yeah.
is all she wrote, as
Yeah.
Chad Schwerik, the man from Crete, Illinois, bowls at Hobart Lanes, is going to sneak past Rick Hartung to advance. And, whew, boy, that's a lot of stress here early.
Rick put it in the right part of the lane. He just didn't catch enough of it to get it into the pocket. But hey, great if you got this far to match play. That you've bowled pretty well.
That is
Bowled
right.
Pretty well.
Great weekend for Mr. Hartung from Kokomo, Indiana. They all bowl in Tipton, hometown center of Suburban Lanes in Tipton. So
Bowled there often.
great weekend for Rick Hartung, and he was one of those super duper seniors. So well respected here, well represented, I should say, here at the Senior Masters. So that's going to be the end of round number 2. We're going to take a quick little break here, and we'll be back for round number 3 right after this. All right, back here for round number 3 of the Senior Masters here from Championship Lanes, Anderson, Indiana. I want to thank again our sponsors, A1 Automotive out of Fort Wayne, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl, Tim Max, Victory Lane Pro Shops. Want to thank the Brands of Brunswick for all of their contributions, and Pinheads Entertainment out of Fishers. Want to thank those sponsors for being a part of our scratch events here and making a broadcast possible here on Savage Bowling TV. Scott Gilmore, PBA Hall of Famer, State Hall of Famer. Well, you name it. You're a Hall of Famer. And we're learning, too, he might be a Hall of Famer in eating bakery goods.
Well, it's easy to eat those, you know. They taste so good, so it's easy to do that.
Yeah. We're learning that Tammy is quite the baker,
yeah.
right?
Oh, she is. Yeah, she's done a great job.
And
it's a lot of work. I mean, you know, it's quite the process.
Boy, the dividends on the other side of it are pretty good, though, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I got some leftovers, right?
Oh, new sampling. Okay, we'll take that. Oh,
I'd be really good at sampling.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, you know, pastries and that type of thing has always been. I'm a bread guy. It's always been my vice. I cannot. If it's good, I can't stop eating it.
The cinnamon raisin bread is quite awesome.
Oh man, I'm a bread guy. I love that stuff. All right, Kent Thompson with a early lead after John Burge opened in
nice
the
shot.
third, and
nice
now
start.
Kent Thompson with the front three.
Well, it certainly seems, you know, you look where he's playing, and it certainly seems the place to be. You know,
Right.
that inside of the second arrow a little bit, but don't want to go too far outside the second arrow with your farthest point to the right. But you can't hit up on it. You can't jump on it. You've got to project it to that point. And so you've almost got two targets out there, the one up front and the one down the lane. So when you're trying to find that pristine angle, because if you miss one of the targets, you got a little bit of a chance, but you know, it's easy to miss the one down the lane and totally looks like you've missed the building.
Yeah, we're going to try to get, whoa, oh my goodness. It looked like he was going to have the 4-9-10, and then all of a sudden he's got nothing.
So those, when you come back, you shake your head up and down, not left or right.
Yeah.
You just take those and run.
All right, we're going to run down scores from the previous round as Tournament Director Jeff Circle just handed me the sheet. Gary Clark defeated Ben Caldwell 190 to 162. Ron Hurt defeated Scott Tapley 199 to 183. Jeff Parrish defeated John Burge 188 to 161. And Aaron McCormick in a close game defeated Jeff Sanford 178 to 171. In the elimination bracket, Kent Thompson defeated David Mark 183 to 179. Rick Hartung lost to Chad Swearick in a roll-off. In the 9th and 10th, they tied at 168. Chris Toyes defeated Steve Hartman 242 to 203, and Jason Lower defeated Ty Robbins 236 to 191. Now, Chris Toyes went 242, 232 his first two games, the lone lefty.
Wow.
And so he is obviously lined up so far. And boy,
That's definitely lined up out here, I'll tell you.
Speaking of cookies.
So Angie brings me these,
No,
and
listen.
I said, oh, thanks. Now I can just get them a plate. But I'm going to let you guys have first.
Oh, no,
dibs.
no. You go right ahead.
They're fresh.
Ooh.
They're hot.
Yes, that's the best way.
Got to have
Yep.
the napkin under the plate.
Love the Otis Spunkmeyer cookies here at Championship Lanes, and Angie Collop always takes care of the broadcast booth.
Yeah, Angie does a great job here at Championship Lanes. You know, not just the cookies, but one of the great proprietors, managers around the state, and always does a great job with our tournaments here.
Yeah, heavily involved in all of the tournaments here in the state of Indiana. Definitely high school bowling, and yeah, they do a wonderful job here at Championship Lanes hosting. And obviously owner Dave Small, very involved with scratch tournaments like you are, Mike, and also the PBA as well. Now, winners have a bye this round, so Gary Clark, Ron Hurt, Jeff Parrish, and Aaron McCormick are sitting out this round, and they can warm up on 1 and 2 when they're ready.
But they do not get a practice ball when they come back on the lanes that they're going to bowl on.
That's
so,
right.
yeah, it's imperative to stay a little sharp. But, yeah, because you want to sit and just really tighten up and not be ready.
Yeah, you don't want to wear yourself out either,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
On 7 and 8 will be 1 seed Kent Thompson taking on 10 seed John Burge. On 11 and 12, 6 seed Jason Lower taking on 12 seed Scott Tapley. 15 and 16, 7 seed Chris Toyas taking on 16 seed Ben Caldwell. And on 19 and 20, 5 seed Chad Swearick taking on 14 seed Jeff Sanford. So elimination round 3. And then after this round, all of our winners will come back in. And really after this round, we'll be down to 8 guys. Half the field will be gone.
Ken Thompson sitting here on the front 5. Great shots. Got a little bit of break on that one, but boy, he's putting them right back in there.
I want to thank everyone for watching here this morning on Savage Bowling TV, the Indiana Senior Masters.
Halfway there. Great
Yeah.
shot.
And that was the thing. When Gary shot his 299 yesterday, I wasn't more impressed that he had 11 straight shots in the pocket. It was just a matter of fact he carried 11 straight shots. So many guys were able to hit the pocket on a regular basis, but couldn't get 10 down all the time, and that's John Burge really in trouble here, Mike.
Yeah. He's had a couple splits and just not quite been able to hit the pocket yet.
Yeah, and you got 3 consecutive opens, and your opponent starts out with the front 6.
Yeah.
Not a recipe for success.
No, it's a tough way to go here.
But as I mentioned, John Burge Sr., one of the first guys to bowl on TV at my event, the Ebonite Lafayette Open, and always great to come back to the Anderson area to see John. And
he's bowled well to be this far into it already.
well, now your first look at the lone lefty. Chris coming off, it looks like an open frame in the 5th. And he's down 12, needing a mark here. Looking at the 2-4-7. Oh, good cover.
Good spare. Yep, good spare.
You know, and the sad part about it is Chris is plus 74 for 2 games, and he's in the losers bracket.
Yeah, that's the
just
format. That's the format.
And it's just the amazing thing when you think about it. He shot 232 his first match and lost. Oh, Kent Thompson is lined up, and you're probably thinking to yourself, save some of these, right?
I don't know. As long as I got the feel on this, I'd be just keep doing it, keep repeating.
That's the thing, too. A game like this could give him an extreme amount of confidence going into that next match.
Because it's so critical on that you're making the crisp shot. So if you start trying to lay back a bit, then you're going to change the whole way you release the ball, and that can mean big problems out there.
And Scott Tapley with a double, but Jason Lower, the man who just moved here from Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
Resides now in Indianapolis, bowling out of Woodland Bowl. And he has got strike spare 4-bagger and Ben Caldwell. With a double now against Chris Toyas, and Chris needing to strike here to stay close. Down 22. Comes in high. Pin comes across, taking out the 7, leaving just the 4. And front 8 now for Kent Thompson. We're not going to say anything because I do buy into the announcer jinx, so I'm...
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh, and Chris misses the 4. That is
easy to do, but boy, you just can't do it out there.
Well, that's 2 single pins misses for him.
Yeah.
And that, when your opponent has 3 in a row, not good. And, oh my goodness, and the 7-pin got nudged, and it's almost straight behind the 4. We're going to get an out of range. They'll respot that to the 7-pin spot. Almost kind of a bad breaking away because that's almost
Yeah,
unchoppable,
you're not gonna
right?
chop that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would doubt you would be able to, but
Well, we're going to switch back over here to. Well, we don't have a key. Yeah, here we go. 5 and 6. Or this is lanes 7 and 8. Really, a lot of these matches pretty well decided. It looks like Ben Caldwell is going to defeat Chris Toyas. Jason Lower in full control here. Oh, and he rolls the 2-pin. Oh, there we go. Misses right, 2-8-10.
on the front 8.
On the front 8. That has been, you get a little faster, you miss a hair right.
Yeah, it just scooted by a little bit to the right and didn't quite hook early enough to get back into play for a hit the pocket.
Why are you setting those in front of me?
Chad told me to.
Every time I look over there, he's eating a cookie.
I know. There was 10 when we started, but we only got 4 now.
I know Scott didn't come because he had to do math, but there were 6 cookies. There's 3 of us. That's 2 apiece.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
you say.
That's easier than bowling.
yeah. No
We
cookie,
don't have any video evidence of that, do you?
the old cookie monster over there.
You know, it used to be, I think the last couple of years, it used to be just, I'm just eating one.
I know, yeah. All right, I'll have another.
That's the shot we
Yeah.
seen. Yeah, good shot.
Nice game,
Great
though.
game. Yeah, great game.
Great weekend for John Birch Sr. as well.
Yeah, yep. John threw a couple strikes in there, getting another respectable game in, but bowled very well this week.
Yeah, it looks like. .137 in the 7th for Scott. He needed that strike in the 8th. Didn't get it. And that was a big shot because he's down, it looks like about 30 pins to Jason Lower. Well, Ken Thompson is going to shoot in the 250s. Heck of a game there.
Great game. Yep.
254 over John Burgeon.
But you could see he missed by just a little bit, and it didn't even hit the pocket. So you know how great a shots he threw that game. You know, they're just not that easy. Whoever wins today is going to deserve this one.
Oh,
for sure.
they've earned it.
Yep. Everybody that's here deserved to get to where they've got and to get this far.
206, the most Scott Tapley can do, and I believe any type of mark here, and Jason will advance. Guys in the winner's bracket warming up on 1 and 2. Say Jason rolls it nice. And
Nice and smooth, yeah.
got a good haircut. You're kind of the odd man out in this
yeah,
group,
I feel
aren't
like
you?
it. Yeah, I just noticed that. Yeah. I didn't know you guys didn't have any hair. I'm sorry.
I mean, one of the guys in the broadcast booth actually combs his hair. Oh my goodness.
Does it really save you that much money?
It does.
Okay.
I don't even, blow dryer not needed. Again, want to thank everyone watching here on Savage Bowling TV. Appreciate you taking some time out here on a Sunday before NFL football starts. You know, we're going to be almost done by the time the first games kick off. So
There's no football today. Then all the colleges played yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Those are the big games.
Oh, are you a big college guy?
Oh, I follow them all, but if there's sports on a day, I follow it. So.
Well, I laugh because, all the Indiana Hoosier basketball fans can actually now say they root for their football team
I was gonna
instead
say,
of
yeah.
in Notre Dame.
Yeah. Oh, is that who they put their allegiance
yeah,
to?
That's historically. If you were an Indiana basketball fan, you were a Notre Dame football fan. But now, not so much this year. And hey, kudos to the Hoosiers from IU, and gotta love their coach Kurt Signetti from James Madison. And boy,
he's brought a different feel
he
there.
certainly has. And those kids are buying in, and they got a great chance to.
They've suffered a long time, so it's yeah.
They got a great chance to get in this college football playoff, to be honest. They got a very winnable schedule left outside of Ohio State. They're going to be favored in every game, but Ohio State, Michigan. Well, 169 final score for Chris Toyas. Great weekend for him. The lone lefty has been eliminated. And the 1 seed survives. So right now, Ben Caldwell, the 16 seed, still in it. Great weekend for Scott Tapley from Goshen, Indiana. He'll lose to Jason Lauer here in the round of 3. We're going to be down to 8 guys once this round has been completed here. We're just 2 rounds away from finding out who will be one of the competitors for the title. Goes by quickly.
May not feel like the bowlers out there feeling like it's going by quickly, but
Yes.
it does for us.
Especially when you're in that loser's bracket, right?
Yeah.
You feel like you're just nonstop bowling.
You remember every shot, yeah.
It looks like Chad Swearick still down there bowling. This is the head pin right. Unfortunately, we don't have any idea what the score is down there. They're on all the way to the very end at 19 and 20. Nice thing is Jeff has them spread out nicely, so really the pace of play is good. You don't have to wait on someone to bowl. You're a pair or two in between. I thought he was coming over here to grab the plate of cookies again.
He's sticking to that 2 story. I don't know.
Yeah. Ben Caldwell finished with 193. Right now, the biggest game of the day that I've seen so far has been Kent Thompson with 254.
Man, that was front 8. That was nothing but solid. Got one lucky one in there maybe, but boy, he labeled the rest of them.
Well, we're almost to the point where college basketball starts up. So really, right now,
they have their Friday Night Madness or whatever what do they call that when they can
actually
practice?
Right now, a lot of them are doing charity exhibitions.
Oh, okay.
Purdue played Creighton last night at Creighton for a charity exhibition. All the proceeds benefited a nonprofit that helps housing those that can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
So great story there. And so you're seeing a lot of that. But right now, as a sports fan, they say this is the cream of the crop because you have college football, NFL, then you have college basketball starting, the World Series is going on, and the NBA started. So all 5.
And there is something called the NHL as well.
Yep. That's right. You're a hockey guy, so you got those.
Yeah.
If you're a sports enthusiast, everything is going on right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I forget, your hockey allegiance there. My apologies.
Well, Purdue basketball will be a little interesting. So they're going to be decent, you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, obviously without ED, that makes a whole different ballgame. But
they're going to miss him immensely. Now,
like anybody would.
Yeah.
If they had him.
National Player of the Year. But it's different. You can replace, in my opinion, a guard or a small forward. But 7'4" guy with his skill,
Ooh, yeah.
just they're just not out
Yeah,
there.
that's right.
And so he impacts rebounding, interior defense. So I think it's going to be a challenge for Purdue rebounding the ball and defensively on the inside. So, all right, we're getting ready to start round number 4. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the winners and the losers here at the Indiana Senior Masters from Championship Lanes. All right, we're back here in the broadcast booth for round number 4 here at the Senior Masters from Championship Lane. Scott Gilmore, Mike Albee here in the broadcast booth. Production director, engineer, everything, Chad Lester. Cookie eater. We love giving him a hard time on that. We eat just as many as he does
No,
at
we
the end of
don't.
the day. We don't? Okay. All right.
I
here we
gave
go.
mine yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you. Eat every piece of it. All right. we're down here with now winners back into play. And Jeff Parrish here, the 2 seed, taking on 11 seed Aaron McCormick on 5 and 6. Ron Hurt and Gary Clark Sr. on 13 and 14. Those are your winners. 1 seed Kent Thompson taking on Chad Schwerick from on 9 and 10. And then Jason Lauer taking on Ben Caldwell on 17 and 18. And now Aaron off to a great start. Jeff Parrish just opened in the third, but Aaron with a double.
Yeah, 2 solid shots to start with. Another one, it looks like. Yep, another good shot. Good power there. Great shot. Kept it on line.
And that's the thing. If you could find a ball reaction that would just get through the fronts and do everything you need on the back end.
And just allow you to be able to relax a little bit and just be smooth and throw it, with not having to be, pretty much 99%, of 100% perfect. But, yeah, great shots to start by Aaron there.
All right, 11 and 12 here. Gary Clark Sr., Ron Hurt in the winner's bracket. Championship pair has Kent Thompson and Chad Schwerick on it. And Kent Thompson coming off a 255-4 game with the front 8. And, boy, he's starting where he left off, right?
He certainly is. He looks good doing it, yeah.
And an open frame there from Gary Clark after Ron Hurt starts off with the front 2. Now our first look here in this round at the 4 seed from Greenwood, Indiana, bowling his main center, Expo Bowl in Indianapolis, Ron Hurt. Oh boy, there is 10 back.
Yeah, he's happy with that one. Yeah, it looked like he might have got around it a little early, but boy, he's got a smile on his face. See, that's what it is. You up and down with the head when you throw those shots that you weren't sure about, not left or right.
Yeah.
But yeah, good shot, good line. Now, if you can put a good shot right behind it, that's what you need to do.
And Aaron McCormick here on 5 and 6 marks in the 4th, and he's got a 33-pin lead in his match over Jeff Parrish. And now Chad Schwerick with a 7-10 split on 9 and 10, and he finds himself behind early in his match. And ooh, 4 count.
4 through the middle, yeah. You don't get 4 through the middle unless that ball's doing some heavy snapping on the back end. And that one seemed to break loose real hard.
Well, and
he's going, probably, Ron Hurt's going a little more direct than what we've seen in some of the guys that have had a little more success as well. But, yeah, obviously he's in the winner's bracket, but he's going a little more up the lane.
yeah, and he just kills you on pin count.
That certainly did, yeah.
Oh, almost makes it.
Nice effort at that.
Leaves just the 9.
Saves a lot of count.
Well, he's going to be up 29 early here. But Gary Clark can cut into that deficit here going in, and now we're on 9 and 10. 2-pin here for Chad. Oh, great shot there from Jeff on 5 and 6 there to your far left of your screen. He needed that. Spare strike in the 4th and 5th. Right now, Aaron in full control. And now Kent Thompson working on a double to start his match. Comes in light, 2-pin.
Yeah, he'll take that. Take that.
Yeah, you just don't want the
10
8 or the 10 with it.
Yeah, he'll take that one.
That's a good shot by Aaron. Creeps in high. Oh, and a pin comes off the wall and
off the wall, the right
takes
wall.
out the
yeah, not the
4.
left wall. Yeah, that was a great break.
You know, the 4-9 was standing there for just a second.
Yeah, there's some interesting hits just because of the angle the ball's coming in on the back end. That some little get a little soft, and boy, that ball wants to really just increase your angle.
Well, Aaron trying to become the first guy to win both the young boys, the young men Masters and the senior Masters.
The young men Masters, is that kind of like the super duper seniors?
Yeah. I don't know if that would, yeah, I guess that could qualify the other way. Oh, great
What a
shot.
beautiful shot, yeah, beautiful shot.
Aaron's got a confident swing going right now.
Yes, he does, yeah.
And we
Looks very good.
just talked about Ron Hertz 4 through the middle, and Kent Thompson just did the same
Yeah,
thing
it's
on lane 9.
going to send it out there.
Yeah,
Same result.
Same result.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's a great count saver. Nothing else.
So hard to get that 9
Yeah.
pin out. Must strike here for Jeff Parrish. Bucket. He's in trouble.
Yeah, Aaron's making some pretty good shots and has already built up a lead. So, but he just wants to stand there and make the spare and see if he can start throwing a few strikes, put some pressure on Aaron.
Ron Hurt just doubled after his open. And right
That's
now,
a good solid comeback. Yeah,
you're looking at a Ron Hurt, Aaron McCormick collision here for the final of the winners bracket. Here's the thing, guys right now that made it this far have earned it. This is not an easy pattern.
Not at all. So we dropped 2 more this round, right? We'll be down
Yep.
to 6, is it?
That's right. And then I believe the winners will sit out again and will eliminate another player, another 2 players. And then we'll have 2 left in the losers bracket and 2 left in the winners bracket. We'll be down to 4 here soon.
Good shot by Jeff Parrish, but leaves the 10. He needs to start throwing some strings here, get some doubles. And
Well, you remember Kent Thompson and Ben Caldwell started their
Yes,
the tournament
that's
on
right.
this pair, and they scored quite
Yeah.
well. So 5 and 6 has been
decent, yeah.
decent so far.
If you're lined up.
Yeah, exactly. Now Ron Hurt here, as that match has gotten tighter, as Gary Clark Sr. with a 3-bagger. And I tell you, Gary Clark is just one of those sneaky bowlers. You don't think he's doing a
keeps
whole
it-
lot, then all of a
keeps it in
sudden
play, yeah.
he's got 4 or 5 in a row. Just a 7-pin match in that Thompson-Swierick match. Advantage Thompson. Boy, Aaron almost tripped the 4-9 out again.
Yeah.
Oh, Thompson with another
Yeah.
strike. And that's going to be the thing. We know Kent can throw a lot of strikes. Can Chad match him from that standpoint?
Yeah, the 4 through the middle is the only thing that's kept that match close here.
Oh, Ron Hurt just tripped out the 2-pin, and there's a mistake. As you know, Mike, you just can't miss single pin
Well,
spares.
you don't want to do anything to loosen up your opponent either. I mean, that's probably the biggest message that it sends. But you know, Jeff Parrish still has to throw some strikes, and you know, unless you let him back in. And it's a big shot for Aaron to get back on it.
Big shot for Gary Clark Sr. as well. Oh,
Good shot.
Weak,
Yeah,
weak 10.
but he was in play with it.
Yeah, how does this change Aaron's thinking here after you
Well,
miss
you
a
just
single
let it
pin?
go. You got to let it go and just start over.
He's got a comfortable lead. Oh, and he misses
right.
right.
Yeah, it's probably just more of a not psychological. You just mentally
Well, you're frustrated.
Yeah,
to
you
a
haven't
degree.
quite let it go yet,
Yeah.
and you just got to take a deep breath and reorganize and get back to what you were doing.
Well, you know, when you get lined up and you're throwing it good, really you get in a zone where you're not even thinking,
Oh,
right?
he was in. You could tell because Aaron was keeping his head down, just
Yeah.
doing his thing, and that kind of broke that
Yeah,
momentum.
you make the one
Yeah.
mistake, and now you start thinking a little bit.
That's the thing. You gotta move on. Once it's out of your hand, it's history. You can't change it, so you just go back to dialing back in. And that's what Aaron's just got to fill the frame here.
Chad with a strike
Beautiful
now,
shot.
a double.
Yeah.
Boy,
Beautiful shot.
he could take a 3 down 7. He could take a 3-pin lead here with a strike in the 7th. Oh, and then Aaron goes back-to-back opens. You know, to someone you thought was in full control. He still is.
Yeah.
That's 203 pace right now.
Yeah. You just got to let it go.
Jeff can shoot 214 if he strikes out, and that's throwing 5 in a row.
Well,
And that's
you
no
start-
easy task.
You start with one. You know,
That's
you
right.
Just start with one. That's all you can do.
And Ron Hurt comes in high.
Breaks it down though. Looks like.
6'10".
Yeah. It looks
Now,
like just a 6'10".
can he take the lead on this shot right here? And he does. What a stretch right there for Chad Swierick.
And Kent Thompson, I mean, he's a tough out. So, I mean, that's going to be a tough one to finish off still.
Well, right now you have 1 versus 5
Yeah.
in qualifying right here in the losers bracket.
Yeah.
So both these guys bowled well in qualifying. So
It's 3 and 4 frames left in that match.
yeah, the only bowler in the top 5 eliminated was Ty Robbins, who was your 3 seed. 1, 2, 4, and 5 in.
Pretty
Kent-
shot.
Yes.
Pretty shot. And that's what Kent's going to need to do. He needs some strikes here just to defend this position.
Well, he can take the lead back.
Oh my, solid 9. Jeff Parrish.
Well, you know, for Aaron, you have to think, okay, he's fortunate his opponent didn't double, right?
Well, you just gotta go back to doing what you were doing earlier, and that's just locking yourself in and making one shot at a time.
Oh, stone 9-pin right there for Ron Hurt. I think he probably could have maybe locked that match up. And boy, we got some clutch bowling here
Yeah.
late in these
Yeah.
frames.
Yep, Kent Thompson with a big double there.
Well, Aaron McCormick coming off back-to-back open frames. Trying to look down to see what we have. Ben Codwell just made a spare. Now Ron Hurt trying to cover the 9. He does. Not sure what the score is there, but we'll take a look here in just a moment. First, we're going to watch Aaron McCormick's shot here in the 9th. He still has a 21-pin lead in this match. That's high.
Yep, just got to fill it up.
All right, now back over 229. So any good count here for Ron Hurt, and he will advance. Just needs 5 pins. Yep, that'll work. 228. It's going to knock out, or it's going to knock Gary down to the elimination bracket. And Ron Hurt 1 game away for bowling for the Senior Masters title. He'll take on the winner of this match right here. From a confidence standpoint, this is a big spare for Aaron.
Yeah, I agree. Good shot.
Good cover.
Good shot.
That one's easily choppable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 192 possible for Jeff Parrish. Aaron just needs to mark here in the 10th frame to advance. To take on Ron Hurt. Aaron residing in Brookston, Indiana. His hometown center, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl. Know that guy.
Yeah.
Well, his best man is to my left here is watching Steve Hartman from West Lafayette, Indiana. Bowled well this weekend.
Good shot.
Man,
Yeah, that
that's
was
the
one.
mark you need.
That's the one. Yep. He got back into it there mentally, got himself lined up, threw a great shot, and now you want to do 2 more of those so you can carry that into the next match.
And now Kent Thompson, Chad Swearick match. And Chad can shoot 224. And now we have the 2-7 split
Yeah,
by Kent Thompson. He's got to make this.
One. Yeah, he's going to want to get this one.
And he misses it.
Yep.
Boy, that is disaster late in this match. Well, and Aaron with an errant shot. But luckily for him, he got the one he needed, the first ball in the 10th.
Yep.
That's not it for Jeff Parrish. He'll drop down here to the elimination bracket. But your winner's bracket final, Aaron McCormick, the 11 seed, will take on 4 seed Ron Hurt. That should be a good one. Now, Kent Thompson, he's got a strike here now.
Wow. Yeah, it just didn't. It looks like he hit up on that one a little bit and just didn't get it down the lane to where he needed it. But you're going to want to fill this, and he's going to need some help now.
Yeah, 188 max score now for Kent Thompson. And Chad Swearick just needs to throw a good shot in the first ball in the 10th, and that's about it. All right, Ben Caldwell and Jason Lauer still bowling, down on 17 and 18. Ben with a strike. That match has got to be late in the late frames as well. Looks like 10th frame.
Yeah, that's out of my vision range.
Yeah. They all go down in the field ball. Kent Thompson with a strike in the field, 188.
This good count will work for Chad here.
And just think about it.
He's got that important strike in the 9th, so it's going to
two rounds ago, he thought he was done.
Yeah.
I mean, Rick Hartung had him on the ropes, and he's going to find himself advancing to round number 5.
Yeah, Chad continues to make those shots when he needs them, and boy, in this scoring environment we're watching today, and the tournament format, I mean, hugely important to be able to make those shots when you need them, and he's only here because he's done that 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah, he is.
And
Been through
Kent
it all
Thompson,
today.
Kent Thompson's a tough out because he was definitely lined up. Just a couple of errant shots this game hurt him.
That just shows you how hard it is to win these tournaments.
Definitely.
You let your guard down just once, and you're out potentially.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really difficult.
Chad went and got another ball, just kind of get. That's what every shot's important, whether it still counts or not, because you know Chad's trying to find something differently, and you know it's better to do it now where it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect what moving on. So you'd hate to do it when it counts when you're trying to move on.
Right.
So,
right. Well, you're just trying to see how a ball reacts
so,
too,
just so
right?
you know, it's in the memory bank. So if you need to make a switch later on, you know what this ball's going to do, or at least have an idea.
Right. Is it an option when I go to the next pair?
Yeah.
Right. If needed.
Yep.
The pressure is mounting as we get into the late stages of this tournament.
Less and less opportunities, yeah.
We're going to be down to our final 4 bowlers. Now, keep in mind, whoever wins that winner's bracket, they have to be defeated twice in the championship match. So, a definite advantage for whoever comes out of that side of the bracket.
It's advantage, but it doesn't mean it's a lock. It's one of those things you just got to continue to give it all you got and make good shots.
It doesn't mean it's any easier, right?
It's a little fail-safe help in case you need it once, but yeah, don't go into that idea and count on it, you know.
All right, that concludes round number 4. We're going to find out who won in the Ben Caldwell-Jason Lauer match. That was an elimination match, but we're getting here into the late stages. Chad, he's going to move things around for us so we can get these 2 matches on TV, because we're going to have a winner's bracket match.
Remaining 2 winners have
And
gone this round. We have 4 that have lost
we're getting
twice
down just 4 bowlers remaining here,
in their matches.
and
2 that lost,
should be
get
tough.
your sheets in, get your checks written. Good luck.
All right, we're back here in the broadcast booth. Scott Gilmore, Mike Albee here. And, Mike, if you're bowling right now, you can almost taste that title match, right? Aaron McCormick and Ron Hurt in the finals of the winner's bracket. They're 1 match away from bowling for the championship.
Yeah, and they've earned that spot. I mean, to be what they're in. But I'll tell you what, you got a couple of guys right behind them who have kind of looked off and on all day like they've had a good look and they've made good shots. Maybe a couple errant shots here or there have cost them, but they certainly are not out of this by any means. It's anybody's tournament with 4 people left.
And I misspoke. We're down to our final 6. We still have 4 in the elimination bracket. Gary Clark Sr. and Jeff Parrish, who lost in the winner's bracket, they'll fall down to the elimination bracket. They'll take on Chad Swearick and whoever won in that, looks like maybe Jason Lauer won over Ben Caldwell. So, again, we're just a handful of matches away from getting to that title match. It's been really interesting to see. You've had some great scoring, and then you've had some difficult scoring.
But we've had a couple bowlers. Chad made some great shots a couple matches now to get himself in there. And, I mean, when he was struggling a little bit, but made a couple of key shots that got him into the next match. And that's what's making it so exciting. So far, you really don't know. I mean, there's not like somebody's running away with it, even in the leaders, you know. So with Ron Hurt and Aaron McCormick, they've made great shots and are in a good position. And they want to get that point where they can only have that, you get that double elimination shot where at least you got a little backfall.
Right. Well, we have 2 matches going on. We have Gary Clark Sr. and Chad Swearick. The 5 and 8 seeds are bowling here in the elimination round on lanes 5 and 6. And we have Jason Lauer and Jeff Parrish. So we have the 2 6 seeds bowling here on 13 and 14. Now our first look at Jason here, the man that just moved to Indianapolis not too long ago from Portland, Oregon.
Oh.
And he comes in high, 6,
Not break it out. Yeah.
7, 10.
He didn't like it when it let go. It looks like he might have maybe caught it a little more and didn't get the projection down lane he wanted, and unfortunately he's left a 4-7-10.
And Jeff Parrish started with an 8 spare. Again, want to thank our friends from Lane Talk providing scoring here for us. Ooh, and he's going to make a mistake right there, in my opinion, Mike. Just got to make sure. You're not going to make that very often. Just get 2 pins and move on to the next round.
And we've seen the difference in a few of these matches where they could have forced somebody to mark or get a strike, and because of pin count, all they needed to do was, get pin count themselves.
Well, we talked about the Caldwell-Lauer match. Jason won 203 to 202.
That's a tough one to get knocked out on, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron Hurt defeated Gary Clark 228 to 191, and so always tough when you get this far and you lose by 1 pin. Always makes it difficult to swallow. Now we're going to go split screen. Show you both matches here simultaneously. Again, want to thank everyone watching here on Savage Bowling TV. And want to thank Raymond and Abby for watching here and joining us in the chat. We're not far away from crowning a champion here from the 2024 Senior Masters here. Then in 2 weeks, we're going to be at Mike Albee's Arrowhead Bowl in Lafayette for one of the crown jewels in the state of Indiana, the Indiana Scratch Classic. Some of the top bowlers in the state show up every year. E.J. Tackett's won it. Matt Sanders has won
yep.
it. Jimmy Cook won it last year. So, or excuse me, he won the Masters last year. Matt Sanders won the Scratch Classic last year. Ryan Burton has won it. So a lot of talented players, and I'm sure they're all going to be back for another chance at a state title. I am hearing Matt Sanders will not be at the Scratch Classic this year, our defending champion. He's always bowled well in your center, Mike.
He has, yeah.
Been lucky enough to win one of those at your place back in 2013. It feels like 100 years ago.
I was going to say, it feels like yesterday, right?
No, I wish. Oh.
Yeah, that's a great victory, though.
Now, look at Jason Lauer here. Comes in high once again now, 4-7. Gary Clark comes in high, 4-7.
Yeah, a little quick at the feet for Gary.
Or 6-10.
Yeah.
Gosh.
A little quick for the feet, you know.
Every time I say 4-7,
Oh, don't blame me for that.
just hit me, elbow me. You know, people are going to say, Mr. Gilmore, how about you have a pin chart
Yeah.
in front of you so then I can look right. Oh, yeah, that's the 6-10. Yeah. Listen, folks, I might have bowled forever, but I'm left-handed, so I'm just.
Hey,
I come
speak
in
for
high and leave
yourself.
2 pins like that. I'm leaving the 4-7. They come in high, it's a 6-10. It's not that hard. I want to thank our sponsors once again for making these broadcasts possible here on Savage Bowling TV. Mike Albie's Arrowhead Bowl. A1 Automotive out of Fort Wayne. Tim Mack's Victory Lane Pro Shop. Pinheads Entertainment out of Fishers. And obviously, we can't thank the brands of Brunswick enough for all of their contributions for all of the events for the state USBC. A lot of new releases out here for the brands of Brunswick, and definitely check out. You got Brunswick, Radical, Ebonite, Track, Columbia 300, and Hammer. So lots of options there for you to check out. All the latest releases, and now
Projected that one much better. Oh, wow. Nice shot by Gary Clark Sr.
Messenger.
Yeah,
strike.
he projected that one out much better on the lane.
And Jason trying to make the 10-pin here, and he does. But his opponent, Jeff Parrish, spare double to start his match. And he's got a 23-pin lead. Can make that, 24-pin. He can make that 34 with a strike here in the 4th, right lane. Local product right here at Championship Lanes from Anderson, Indiana. Comes in light, 10-pin.
Gave it a shot, though.
We'll say this about Jeff. He really has the pocket in control, right? Kind of like Aaron's ball last game, just kind of floats through the fronts and then does everything
Picks up
on
a
the
roll,
tail
yeah.
end, and he's able to keep the pocket in play, which is so important. One, you're not swinging it too far away from the head pin.
Right.
And I thought when it came down to it, guys that could play straighter were going to have an advantage. And really, to be honest, you haven't seen anybody here so far really right or left of 15 on the right side. Everybody's trying to figure out a way to play somewhere around 8, 9, 10 maximum and keeping it as straight as possible. There's a strike from Jeff.
Jeff shot. Good shot. Nice flush. Got the 10-pin out. Everybody's all clean after 3 here between Chad and Gary Clark Sr.
Well, we were talking before the broadcast. You're getting ready to do some big things at your center. some improvements?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Going to redo the tiling and carpeting and seating, and so over the next couple months we'll get that taken care of, and looking forward to that, getting that done.
Now, will the carpet all be done before the Scratch Classic?
No, it actually starts going down the next day.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait till that's all done?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because we've got a lot of moving around to do. You know, you have to move all the vending machines and the seating and everything. So.
Well, it's got to be exciting, though. Anytime you can improve your.
It is.
You have one of the nicest centers in the state.
Thank you. But yeah, we're looking forward to getting that done.
And you got big season coming up, Christmas time. A lot of kids are on break.
It's busy. Yeah, so we're kind of fitting things in and moving around. It's kind of like a puzzle without an answer sometimes. But
light mixer, little Dick Weber shot there, right?
But a good one for sure. Gary put that one in play.
Well, he's got a double now. Now he's up 9 pins, can make it 19 here with a strike. And Jason trying to double here as Jeff remains clean. Off to the right, and he does. Beautiful shot there from Jason off camera there. But we're going to stick it right here to Gary Clark with a double.
Oh, beautiful
high
shot.
flush. That was the thing for Gary. He could miss in a little bit, and his
but
ball
he
would
takes
hold.
his hand out of it. He takes his hand out of it. He's got that touch, that's something you can't teach. And that when you get to the bottom of the swing and you know it's not going where you want, you're able to either give it more or lay off of it. And that one looked like Gary maybe laid off that one and it held pocket, and perfect shot.
Oh, and
nice
beautiful
shot
from Jeff.
Jeff Parrish, nice ball.
Well, he had a 13, or I should say Jason cut it to 13, right back to 23 pin lead there with a strike from Jeff. Now, after the 3-bagger from Gary, big shot here from Chad.
Yeah, Chad's working on a single here, make it a double.
That's what we always tell the bartender, isn't it?
Oh, beautiful. He's posted that shot.
That's what we tell the bartender. Yeah. Just make it a double. And
Chad, you can see where he had been in more inside, a little deeper. He's went with more speed and more up the lane. Like you said, it seems like it's more. They've had more success going up the lane if they can do it. And he's got a good hand action too, so he's able to. He's got some extra tricks in his bag that he's able to do those type of things, which is a great feat if you're able to take the hand out and make different adjustments with your hand. It's wonderful you can do that.
Jeff comes in high, 6'9", 10. That'll break his string of strikes at 2. Now, can Chad match Gary's 3-bagger with one of his own? 6th frame. Off to the right, Jeff did convert the 6'9", 10. Wow, great shot. Remember,
those last 2 shots are unbelievable.
This has been one of the highest scoring pairs in match play all day today. A lot of big scores came right here from 5 and 6. But one thing, you're right, you made a great point about Chad. He's really taking the hand out of it.
Yeah, he's just going up the lane now. But, boy, he's keeping that good ball speed, but he's getting a nice finish, and the ball's hitting strong. Those last 2 shots were wonderful.
Sometimes as bowlers, we think we have to help it by hitting it more, and you really don't need to do that.
Because you just lose your hook point then.
Comes in light. 2, 4, 8. And Jason with the strike. Now he's got 3 in a row. Boy, we're seeing some really good bowling right now on a very difficult pattern. Beaten path, the pattern of play here for the Senior Masters, 41 feet, 5-1, but it played much more difficult than 5-1. That's got to get there. Oh, open frame. Really, right now, Aaron McCormick, the lowest seed remaining at 11. They always say cream rises to the top, and you're seeing that so far here.
And all you got to do is get in.
Right.
You get in and win some matches, and here we are.
2, 4, 5, 6, 8 seeds are left, and Aaron McCormick, lowest one at 11. Now, Jason. Oh, mistake. Gary. Oh, pin come flying across and forgot to take the 9 when he took the 4 out. Now a big spare here for Jason. Two, 4, 10. And he didn't like it off his hand. And boy, there's another.
Second one, he's had trouble with the count. Yeah.
Mike, that is 6 pins that he's lost right there.
Yeah.
You take the 2 in the first frame, and 2 means 4 there. Yeah. So let's just make a note there. If he loses by 5, he's going to really kick himself. Looking back at this now, Chad with
in control if he can keep throwing some strikes here.
You just want to just
fill some frames for sure.
At this point, I always say, stay out of my own way. Ooh, bucket for Jeff Parrish. They're off to our right.
I think he's got half a loaf there. He's got 5.
Ooh, another great
shot. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Boy, 5 and 6 has been very scoreable.
Yeah, Chad's going to make some more noise here if he keeps throwing shots like that. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you're right. He had 5. Oh, and he leaves the 7. That's a hard split, or a hard spare right there.
Yeah, because you're coming in at usually such a steep angle, unless you're throwing it hard and straight.
Well, Chad in full command here. Up 26, he can make it 36 with a strike right here. 8th frame. Oh, he grabbed it. Mike, you grabbed the first one he's really grabbed here. 6-10.
It's hard
6-10.
It's hard not to. Yeah. It's hard not to when you try to throw that much speed to not catch it. You know, it's really hard.
Right. Now Jason coming after the open frame. Jeff Parrish did strike his last shot. We'll let you know if Chad converts the 6-10. So 200 pace for Jeff Parrish. 207 out there for Jason Lauer. And Chad converted the 6-10 to stay clean here in his game against Gary Clark Sr. These are elimination games. This is the deepest I've seen anybody play, and a strike there for Jason. This is the first person we've seen left of 15.
Yeah. And he's trying to open it up.
Now Gary Clark Sr. 6-10. Now here's the thing about guys that played in. It was risk-reward. There was a lot of risk involved, but if you were good, there was a lot of reward because your carry was really good.
Yeah.
But your misses were amplified as he split in the first and the 8th frame.
Yeah.
Now 6 pins, you know, you give him 153. A little bit different scenario there, right? So we'll see if those 6 pins come back to haunt Jason. Maybe not. 10th frame. Comes in light. Oh, yeah, he kind of stuck at the foul line a little bit. 2-8-10. And that's going to probably end his weekend. That was the risk. Your area for miss just not as great sometimes playing the straight line. Must strike here for Gary Clark. Comes in light. Well, Gary and Chad are very familiar with one another. As I mentioned, Sean Soselsky runs a lot of King of the Hill events. Used to be in the regional area, but now he runs them out of Valparaiso in Inman's Bowl. And Gary Clark Sr. has won over 24 of those in his lifetime. And people in that area very familiar with Gary Clark. And Jeff Parrish strikes first ball in the 10th, and that will eliminate Jason Lauer from the Senior Masters, and Jeff Parrish will take on the winner of this match right here on 5 and 6, and Chad Swerk and Gary Clark Sr. By all intents and purposes, unless the wheels fall off, it looks like Chad's going to advance. That's good.
Beautiful.
You can just tell when he doesn't grab it at the bottom.
Yeah. No, perfect.
That ball really works well down the lane. And again, guys that have played straighter have been more successful.
Yeah.
And now, basically, the guys we have left, which will be 4, are all playing pretty much outside of 10, playing fairly straight.
It just comes back down to who can make more good shots, and the ones they make are together.
Right?
You know.
Right. Almost 12:30 here Eastern Time. We're down to just about 4 matches left in this tournament. And one of those will be the championship match. Oh my goodness.
Wow, that was a wild hit. Good thing he didn't need that.
That'd have been that would have been a horrific break.
It's a wall shot 410.
You think a ball coming in that hard and that light, that would never happen.
No. Yeah, that was really weird. Good spirit. In the 220s. Great. What a solid game.
Another light.
Oh,
Oh, and he
wow.
trips out the 2-8.
Another strange hit, but in a good way on that one.
Yeah. All right, that's going to eliminate Gary Clark Sr. So Chad Swerk advances. So
Yeah, what a good solid event for Gary Clark Sr.
your final 4 players, Chad Swerk, Aaron McCormick, Ron Hurt in the winner's bracket. We're going to have Jeff Parrish and Chad Swerk in the elimination round. So we're just a couple of rounds away from finding out who will participate in the championship match right here from Championship Lanes. We'll come back with round number 5. You're watching the Senior Masters here on Savage Bowling TV. All right, welcome back here in the broadcast booth. Scott Gilmore, Mike Albee, Chad Lester, our engineer. We're here at the Senior Masters. 4 bowlers left. We got a winner's bracket match and an elimination bracket match, and Aaron McCormick taking on Ron Hurt. Ron starts off with a strike, and Aaron McCormick with a 2-8-10.
He made a run at that 2-8-10.
And Jeff Parrish taking on Chad Swearick. So you have the 2 versus the 5 and the 4 versus the 11. And
tough start for Aaron, but here you go. Now here's the tough spot Aaron's in. He leaves the 2-8-10. Now he comes over to the second lane, and what do? Do you move? Do you play it like you thought you were going to play it? I mean, I think you almost got to hedge your bet and make a move. As long as he threw it the way he wanted to.
Yeah, Chad comes in with a 6-count split. We're going to go split screen. Thank you, Chad. We're hoping you're enjoying the broadcast here from the comforts of your home or wherever you may be. Now Aaron McCormick, left lane. Oh, 10-pin fell forward.
Wow, good shot. Good shot. Good comeback.
Winner of the McCormick-Hurt match finds themselves in the championship match. Greek Church it was for Chad Swearick. Tournament director Jeff Circle drops down the sheets of intelligence. Chad defeated Gary Clark 227-197, and Jeff Parrish defeated Jason Lauer 219-175 in our elimination round of 5. Or now we're in round 6. We're again 3 matches away.
And Ron Hurt did get that second one, so he's got the front 2 there.
3 matches away. It's only 12:30. It's amazing how fast this goes by. Again, want to thank our sponsors, the Brands of Brunswick, all their help and contributions to the state. USBC for Indiana. They do so much for us. We are so thankful for their sponsorships of all of our events here in the state of Indiana. Also want to thank Pinheads Entertainment in Fishers, A1 Automotive in Fort Wayne, Tim Max Victory Lane Pro Shops, and Mike Albee's Arrowhead Bowl for all the contributions here to our events to make these broadcasts possible. And Chad with a bucket spare. Boy, after you open.
He almost got 3 off the right on that shot. So, yeah, that was quite the turnaround.
Boy, you're thinking to yourself, you want to leave yourself some easy marks, some easy spares. And Aaron McCormick now, after Ron Hurt starts out front 3. It's a big shot. Oh, solid 10.
And Ron Hurt went Brooklyn for his 3rd strike in a row. So we'll talk about a big turnaround. You know, he's got 3 in a row with a Brooklyn strike, and then Aaron just leaves that solid 10 that cost him a double.
Well, and Jeff wraps a 10 himself. He'll have an early 11-pin lead here with a spare in the second. Now Aaron needing to mark here. I know it's only the 3rd frame, but you don't want to fall too far behind here against a player as talented as Ron Hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh.
Jeff misses the head pin right, leaving the 1-2-8. And now, as you're looking at the score for Ron Hurt and Aaron McCormick, you know, Aaron's got, after the mistake there in the first frame, he's thrown 2 shots right in the pocket. You got to feel good about that. Now you just got to execute.
You just got to keep putting them in there. Yeah, that's all you can do.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Great shot there.
Jeff Parrish was a good spare, too. That looked like a tough one there, but got that spare.
Yeah, Jeff really,
Both guys look a little concerned with their pocket. You know, they're having a little trouble getting lined up, it looks like.
Yeah, and there's only 2 matches going on. Jeff, just really quick, I would wait until I'm only bowled by
Yeah.
myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
That didn't seem to bother Jeff
No.
whatsoever. Ron, on the other hand, it's amazing that sometimes for me, I just didn't want to see any
No.
distractions. I just wait until they go and they're
that-
walking back.
they're
I'm
in your
going.
peripheral vision there.
Oh, boy, unfortunate break right there for Ron.
Yeah, that knocked out a lot of things.
Yeah, that could have been a 6-count split
Yeah.
real easy.
Just leaving 9, though, so that makes that a lot easier.
Well, next weekend you got a big event too. We didn't talk about the Lafayette Bowling Association running a Baker's Trio event at your facility on Sunday of next week, all benefiting the BVL. It's great to
Yeah.
see what our association back in Lafayette does for the BVL.
Oh, no, the local USBC in Lafayette, they continue to be great supporters of not only us, but the whole bowling community in Lafayette and charities as well. And Mike Hanna is one of the big supporters of the BVL as well. And it's such a great charity and does so much good work around the country and locally as well. And that's part of the BVL event is a lot of that money stays local. So
Yep.
it's very nice.
Well, and I apologize for not knowing all of them, but I know Bob Rorman Hyundai and Bobcat of Lafayette, big sponsors of that event, sold out again.
Yeah.
And I know Mike Hanna, who was just recently elected into the local Hall of Fame for all of the meritorious service that he does. Michael does a fantastic job organizing a lot of these events, and I know the BVL
He's
is
one of
a
the good
big,
guys. Yeah, he's
the
one of the good
BVL
guys.
is a big thing for him, and,
Yeah.
and he's done a phenomenal job in supporting that. So. All right, Ron Hurt comes right back in the 5th with the strike, and now Aaron McCormick he needs to start chipping away here.
Well, he needs to get a break. I mean,
Right.
that's solid 10, and that he was back in with that one, but yeah, broke up his string. So now he needs to kind of get one here to keep it going.
Jeff Parrish with another strike. Ron's been a little high, a little light, or Brooklyn a little high. Aaron's thrown 3 solid shots in a row. Let's see if he can get rewarded here with another one. Oh, and he does.
Wow.
That just
Power to
lets
burn.
Ron know that
No,
he's
that's
not
what you
going
gotta
anywhere.
do. Yeah,
right?
that's what you got to do. You got to send a little message. You're right there, and just start making those shots a little tougher for your opponent. All you can do is what you can do, but you can put a little pressure on your opponent by continuing to throw good shots.
Cut the 30-pin deficit to 20. He can cut it to 10 with another strike here in the 5th. Or excuse me, the 6th.
Jeff Parrish leaves that 10 pin a little light.
Yeah.
Come in a little late, leaving the 10.
That's been the thing for Jeff is doesn't throw a real strong ball. Can he knock that corner pin out consistently? In qualifying, boy, he was really good. Oh,
Wow. 2 great shots by Aaron.
When Aaron he was playing inside, and then when he's made this move to play straighter, his ball just gets through the fronts nice and clean, and there's so much energy left for that back end reaction.
But him and Chad have probably got the most ball speed, obviously, of the 4 bowlers left, but probably over the tournament, they've had some of the most ball speed to keep it online.
See, 6 count, the 3, 6, 9, 10. Ron,
Tough spare.
even though he had 4 out of 5 strikes, he just wasn't real solid with a few of those.
Yeah, and the count's not going to hurt him on this one because he's on a strike. So, but boy, the spare, you need to get that spare to continue to hold that lead.
And in the Schwerick Parrish match, it's almost like the first one that doubles might
Yeah,
win
right.
this one.
Yeah, it's been a tough match there. They've had a tough start. Both of them did.
7-pin there for Chad.
Nice spare.
Great
Nice
cover.
spare. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough spare. Didn't hurt him anyway. Held count.
Yeah, well, Ron's been bowling really well on the PBA 50 tour. He's one of those guys like Mark Sullivan, knocking on the door there.
Mhm.
He's getting better every week, and obviously bowling well this weekend to get all the way down to the Final Four here at the Senior Masters. Oh, and
That didn't sound good from where I was
no,
at.
he missed it, and that is a huge
Those hurt.
mistake.
Yeah, those hurt. Especially the single pins.
Oh,
Nice shot, ball
high
change.
flush there. Looks like he's throwing.
Yeah, that was a ball
Pretty sure
change
it's a
that time,
900
though.
global ball, but I'm not sure exactly which one it is. A lot of orange in it.
Yeah. Because the other ball's pretty solid, so.
Chad coming in light, can't get the 10 pin to fall down.
Sometimes that 7 sticks with them on that hit. But
Yeah, it's almost like the bowling gods
Yeah.
just want you to show them
Yeah.
that you can make a single pin
Yeah.
spare, right? Before they let you start carrying.
Yeah.
Now, Aaron McCormick can take the lead in this match. Oh, great
Beauty.
shot.
That danced with that solid 10 pin again for Aaron, but boy, he slapped it right out of there that time. Great shot. Good spare by Chad.
Luckily for Ron Hurt, that 6 count spare really didn't hurt
No,
him any.
Exactly, yeah.
I think he has a chance to go 259. I think both players are on a pace to tie at that score if they both strike out. That looked inside. Oh, man, ball held high flush. And, boy, Aaron has thrown 5
He is amped up,
really
yeah.
good shots in a row. Actually, to be honest with you, he's
yeah.
he's thrown 6 really good shots
Yeah.
in a row.
Now he's put the heat on Ron
Yeah.
Hurt now. So.
And really, Aaron could have 7 in a row. He left
Mhm.
a solid 10 pin in the
Yeah.
third frame, so
Yeah, that
he's
was a heck of a
really.
shot.
And after going 2-8-10 to start the match,
Yeah.
that is impressive. Now Ron Hurt looking to match Aaron's string of strikes. Oh, and he
And he's made
does.
a good ball change.
We have a barn burner right now in the finals of the winner's bracket. It's going to be a shame for either guy to lose this
Yeah.
game right here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can Ron put all the pressure back on Aaron McCormick? This has been his
He's
better
made a good
lane.
change. He's made a good ball change. He can come out with two flush shots. It looks like.
This has been his better lane of the two. He's perfect on the left lane. There's the announcer's
He
jinx.
got a little quick. Stepped off that one and just came around it a little early, which caused it to break loose.
6-10. See Jeff Parrish with the strike there.
So we're getting to a point in the game now for Jeff and Chad down there that Chad's going to need to start throwing a couple strikes to catch up because he's going to run out of time.
Well, you just want to try to put some pressure on your opponent. And the single pin miss there didn't help Chad's cause out at all.
No, that kind of changed the whole game because it became instead of
Instead of an
a
8 or
mark
9
away,
pin lead,
yeah,
he's 19 down.
yeah.
Well, Parrish opened in the 6th.
Oh, he missed the single pin.
Yeah, so Chad, big shot here. Oh,
that's
high
a beauty
flush.
too, yeah.
And he's going to cut that deficit down to just 8 pins.
He's back in the 1 mark range. So, and
Now-
now he can change that with his double.
Now Aaron McCormick here in control right now. Oh, he got fast, Mike.
Yeah, a little quick with the feet.
That
Tough
look-
spare too.
That's the 258.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Am I right on that? Yeah. We're kind of off at an
Yeah.
angle here. It's kind of hard to
Exactly.
see what.
What's what? Yeah.
Even the cameras were off just to a little bit of an angle here. Championship pair 9 and 10.
Big spare in the 9th frame. That's a tough one.
Man, Chad Swearick needs this one right here. That looked good at the bottom. Oh,
Solid 8.
my
That's the first one of those we've seen.
goodness. Stone 8-pin.
No, he posted that well.
Randy Peterson is rolling over right now in agony. I'm surprised we're not seeing Chad laying down on his back on the foul line.
Yeah. Big spare.
Oh, great
shot.
cover. And we don't have Ernie Schlegel running up and down the concourse,
I'm the
right?
greatest. I'm the greatest.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that was
Big
a great
spare. That was a
conversion
big
there
spare,
from Aaron.
But he's in the rears by a pin. Going into the 10th frame.
Now, good cover there by Chad. But he can't make up any pins here. He's going to need some help, some more help from Jeff. Now he's really kicking himself for missing that 7-pin.
Now this is a big shot for Aaron McCormick. He's down 1. Going into the 10th.
Well, whatever he does, Ron's got a match.
Just match, yeah.
10th frame. Well,
Wow. That was a good one.
now, this is where, this shot right here is where Ron's got a match, right? If he strikes, Ron's got to strike.
Well, but Ron's on a, he's on a spare, so he needs to hold count with that strike. Otherwise, he's only got 1 pin to play with. So
Right. However,
yeah, this is a big one here.
this is the shot Aaron forces Ron to strike first ball in the 10th, at least.
Well, he has to have, he has to get that one and the next one, unless he goes. They can tie after a point, but this is a big ball for Aaron to lock up the #1 seed.
Well, the loser of this match is still in it.
Yep.
They would be in the finals of the losers bracket or elimination bracket. Winner has the top seed in the championship.
Oh, it's a beauty
what
too.
a
Look
shot.
at that. Beautiful shot.
I will say this, Aaron McCormick is a gamer. He can make some shots when he needs it.
Well, he's certainly done it this game to get himself back into it,
Controlling the heart rate, a lot of deep breaths here.
He can't lock out Ron Hurt, but he can certainly make it very difficult.
How big is this fill ball as far as pin count is
Oh no,
concerned?
this is just like the first or the second one, because this one makes Ron Hurt get all 3 to beat him.
Jeff Parrish with a spare there off to your right side, but we're watching the winner's bracket final here between Aaron McCormick and Ron Hurt. Oh, and he missed way left, Mike. Oh.
Didn't want that 8, but
Sometimes you let your guard down. You relax a little too much, don't you?
yeah, I'm not so sure he let up. I just got, that was a tough shot. He's playing for a strike, makes it a difficult shot. But hey, the first 2 were big, first 2 strikes. So now he's put Ron Hurt in that position where he needs the first 2.
234 the final. Ron needs a double and 8 to advance to the title match. Anything less, Aaron McCormick is bowling for the title. Oh, Messenger. Oh, my goodness. Comes across
Great
and just
shot.
absolutely wipes out the 10. Here we go. This is why you lace him up as a player, right? For these moments.
This is a big shot. That's the one you still got to make it just like you made the last one. Nice and smooth, and do what you got to do. I thought that might go in front of it there for a second, but great shot by Ron Hurt.
Now Chad Swearick in the
For a double.
background. Oh, and he
That was
gets
for a
it.
double, yeah.
Boy,
He tripped the 4-9 in the last shot.
Now, here we go. Must strike. Looks good off the hand, Mike. Oh, and it is.
Yeah.
Oh, what a clutch shot. But you know what? He's not
Well,
done.
He's not done. That's right.
You talk about he needs 8 or better. That's no gimme.
Mm-hmm.
One slight mistake, easy to go.
Yeah.
7 count.
Yeah.
At that point, we would have a tie. If that tie occurs, we'll have a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. Anything less than 7, Aaron advances. Anything more than 7. And
that's 6
Chad.
count.
And that is a 2, 4, 8, 10. Now, must have more than 8. Oh,
Wow,
what
good
a
shot.
clutch finish. Boy,
Yeah, great finish from
Gosh.
Ron Hurt.
that is impressive. We're not talking about easy to strike pattern. And
No.
those two guys made it look
That was
real
a great
easy.
match. Great match. It wouldn't be a stretch to see that match again here shortly.
237 to 234. Now what do we have here? 188 for Chad Swear.
180,
Jeff
right?
Parrish. Yeah, 180.
180.
Jeff Parrish just needs to mark here.
Well, he doesn't need that if he just gets 9. 9 miss will be enough.
Yeah, that's right. 181.
Anything less than 9, then he's got to pick it up. So he's quick with his feet.
Oh!
Great shot. That's
And he
it.
gets it. That's good enough.
Got a winner.
I swear.
And look at Chad. Look at that. He had that solid 9 between a strike and a double. Huge bad break.
Yeah. And he's going to look back at that 5th frame where he missed the 7
But
pin.
I'll tell you what, Chad made a lot of great shots late in games to get him in that opportunity to still be bowling.
Well, Jeff Parrish is going to advance to the finals of the elimination bracket. We're going to have that match right after this short timeout. You're watching the Indiana Senior Masters on Savage Bowling TV. All right, here we go. Finals of the elimination bracket, and we have a rematch. Aaron McCormick, the 11 seed, will take on number 2 seed Jeff Parrish, the local product right here from Anderson, Indiana. Works for Dave Small here at Championship Lanes, and definitely want to also thank, and I'm glad you pointed this out, we want to thank Dave Small and Championship Lanes for their sponsorship of all the Indiana State USBC scratch events, and definitely want to thank them. Of course, they're a wonderful host here, and we'll be back here for the State Masters, the Queens, so great to see them.
Save our seats here behind
yeah.
5 and 6, 7 and 8.
Yeah, we're going to sit right here. Not a bad seat.
Nope.
And we thank you for watching here on Savage Bowling TV. And we're just a few minutes away from kickoff of the NFL, but just sit tight.
No,
and,
isn't that delayed till tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, don't make me take Monday off. But we appreciate you watching. And thanks to everyone in the chat. Dylan, appreciate the wonderful comments. And I saw your dad bowled. I didn't get a chance to say hello. But always great to see him out bowling as well. And Dylan, we'll see you maybe at the Scratch Classic. We'll see. And definitely see you here in February for the State Masters. And obviously a big change for the State Masters this coming year. We're going to have a qualifying squad now on Friday. So Jeff and his staff, it's I can't remember what anniversary it is. I think it's 25th. Yeah. Thank you, Chad. 25th anniversary, so we're going to add a qualifying squad, so that ought to be exciting.
Apparently Jeff and his crew didn't work enough.
Yeah.
They had to add another day to it.
Well, they do a sweeper type thing on Friday, and they thought, why not for the 25th anniversary add a qualifying squad? We could get think about this, we could get 500 entries.
Very nice.
That would be something
nice.
Really cool to do. And again, Jeff Circle and Paul and all the helpers in the back helping run this. Kerry Kane and all the staff here do a wonderful job in keeping the scores and getting people entered and on their lanes. And everything is so smooth, and want to thank all of them for helping, and Connie and all the ladies for helping with the brackets. And it's very, very good to see. So Bill Kendall was here, and I'm kind of curious. I don't know who's going to do the check and trophy. I don't know if Bill's doing that or not, or he's obviously Linda Isaacs now the president of the state USBC. So it'll be interesting to see who's lucky enough to hand the winner their check and trophy. And that eagle, very special to any bowler here in the state of Indiana. And Aaron McCormick starting out with the strike. Jeff with a 9 spare, the winner of this match, bowling for the title. However, they're going to have to beat Ron Hurt twice, and that's going to be no easy task.
Tough load, but yeah, right now you just kind of gear up to this match and you take them one by one. Aaron made a great shot in the first frame coming back, especially after the letdown of losing that last match, which was a great match. He came out and showed what he's made of and made a good shot, and see what you can do in the second one. Just take them one frame at a time for both these gentlemen.
Well, we're on 7 and 8. Championship pair will be on 9 and 10.
Good spare by Jeff Parrish. Just fill frames. Don't leave anything you can't pick up, and just get the strikes and work real hard and see if you can get a couple of them together and see where you're at.
Jeff Parrish qualified second with a score of 893. Aaron McCormick qualified in the 11th seed with a score of 816. Right now, both of them trying to get into that title match, a rematch from just a few rounds ago where Aaron McCormick came out victorious in that winner's side.
Aaron making another good shot. A lot of power, a lot of speed.
Yeah, and
right on line.
That match took place on 5 and 6, 201 to 180, the final score. Now the Brookston, Indiana native. Be on the lookout for this guy, state trooper. You want to be on his good side, right?
Yes.
Oh, boy, his first 3 shots, absolutely money.
Perfect shots. If the strikes weren't enough, it's just the pin action would be enough to intimidate you, I think.
Those are no doubters.
Wow. Oh, Jeff comes in with a good shot.
Great shot.
And this is one of those where Jeff's falling behind, but this is a big shot coming up. You want to send that message that you're in this game and you're going to make it difficult.
Right. And if Aaron if he goes front 9, 8 or 9, tip your cap, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're still just right in there,
Yeah.
and lots of things can happen.
Yep.
Remember, in the match they had on 5 and 6, Aaron was in full control. Had 4 or 5 in a row, and then went open
Back-to-back,
to kind of let Jeff back into the match. So you just never know.
Big shot for Jeff there.
Oh!
Breaks down that solid 9. Big shot.
I will say this: we've had some exciting matches today.
Yeah, no matter what the pace is,
Yeah.
Even the couple of games that were good, then some other tougher games were 180 to 170 were good,
This is just one of those situations you just want to stay out of your own way
Yeah.
if you're Aaron,
Yeah.
right?
Just keep making good shots, and that's all you can do. Left.
Oh,
Big
what a break.
Big break.
Aaron trying to, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but Aaron trying to do what I did back in 2022, win it the first year you're eligible. And Aaron just missed the cutoff for when this tournament bowled last year. And Aaron, 51 years old, just a year younger than myself. So this is the first year he's eligible to bowl this tournament.
Yeah, just a little left of target on that one, and great break, breaking down the 610, just the 7.
I believe he could have. Correct me if I think he might have. Being a state trooper, he doesn't always have the luxury of having every weekend off. So he goes in where he's going to work so many weekends in a row, and he might have had
for these,
and he might have had to work last year on his first year of eligibility. So
I think he said this was his first senior tournament. I think.
yeah, this is the first one he's been able to bowl.
Yeah.
Definitely want to thank Aaron for his service keeping our roads safe. Wow. His
Man.
ball just carrying.
Just squashing him. Great shot.
When
Good
he's
comeback.
hitting when he's
Good
hitting the
come-
pocket,
yeah.
it's just the carry is phenomenal.
Yeah.
We spoke with Aaron early this morning before match play started, and he said he left a little early than normal this morning because he got here before 9 o'clock, and match play didn't start till 10. And he says, I have to do that because if someone is on the side of the road,
yeah.
I have to stop.
Right.
So we don't think about those
No,
things.
That's right. Yep.
Oh, Jeff coming in just a hair high.
And that
leaving
looked
the,
like it was going to take that 4 out. Just not quite getting the break there, but good shot.
And it looks like both players, I want to wait to see Jeff's ball come back from the ball return. I think both players are throwing a Venom Shock from Motive.
It's going to hurry you. And it does.
The one thing about the Venom Shock, it's very late. So I'm thinking, based on what I've seen so far, that it's matched up well to this pattern because you didn't want it to do a whole lot in the fronts.
And Jeff has that, that look when he's bowling. It's just a nice, relaxed look, and just that no care looking attitude from the body language, but very intense.
And Scotty Kramer, the third, just chimed in on our chat saying that half pocket is the place to be in this building. So, and Scotty, from what I've seen, you're dead on it because if you're a little high, that 8 or 9 pin can creep in, and then if you're unfortunate, then the 4-9 or the 6-8 could be standing. Now Aaron McCormick. Up by 13, can make it 23 with a strike right here in the 6th. Oh, my goodness.
Gorgeous shot. Yep.
Man, Mike, when that ball is in the pocket, it is.
Wow.
There's no doubt.
Devastating, yeah. I guess he decided to quit breaking the pins and decided to throw one high flush there. That was a great shot.
I'm thinking. I'm assuming Ron Hurt's probably glad that he won that last match.
Oh, I would think so.
Because,
Yeah.
obviously he is not necessarily in the driver's seat, but he has to be defeated twice.
Yeah.
But what he's seeing right here from Aaron's taking off right where he left off from the previous match. And since that first frame, he had the one mistake there late in the game that cost him the match, essentially. But he has been absolutely solid.
Beautiful shot.
And it's like he's bowling on a different pattern right now.
Yeah, he's been locked in for a few games now, and just like you said, it's just one shot here or there. But yeah, he's been able to even if he's made that bad shot, he's able to reload and come back in and just get right back into it. So great shots. Jeff's going to need to throw a couple here to stay close, I think. Looks like, but he's been able to do it.
Oh,
Beautiful
great
shot.
shot.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
beautiful
not
shot.
he's not out of it by any stretch.
No, he's not going away. Yeah.
He still has 256 out
Yeah.
there. But right now, Aaron McCormick roughly on a 250 pace himself. And you just can't let your guard down.
No. Well, we're obviously in the late rounds here, so you've got the gentlemen who have got an idea of what's going on the lane conditions.
Oh, that's way right. That's trouble.
Yeah.
Man, just what he could not do. And here's the other thing. Aaron might be the lowest seed left, but he hasn't bowled like a low seed, right?
Not from the start.
No. He has bowled good. Now, the first two rounds, I think, were iffy for him. He shot 170s both games to win, I believe.
I think the first game was a little higher, but he did shoot 178, 173 the second one. So, yeah, but that's what you do. You make the shots when you need to in this format.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Huge mistake from Jeff. And, boy, you talk about really allowing the swing to get a little looser if you're Aaron, right?
But you got to be careful out there because a little looser here might get you in big trouble. So I think he just stills bears down and keep throwing that ball speed and keep it on line and just explode those pins like he has been. Wow, labeled it. Perfect shot.
Well, Scotty Kramer just said, too, it's the new Max Life, Brunswick Max Life pins have made a big difference with carry. Well, you can really hear that little crisp sound new pins make, right? And you can hear it. How many games in your mind as
Scotty's not a salesman for Brunswick. Is he?
No, I don't think so.
But no,
Hey, if he is, I'll give me your email and I want to reach out to you. But but seriously, how many games in your mind, as a proprietor, does it take to break in new
it's a
pins?
couple weeks anyway. Full leagues, couple weeks at least, just to get a good breakdown on what's left.
That's been his miss, but he hasn't missed many.
No.
But he's comfortably going to advance.
I just got to fill frames for Aaron. You just got to fill frames and not look too far. These next two frames, don't look past them and see Ron Hurt sitting there. You got to finish this game first. Because I think Jeff's going to be one that can put him back in the pocket and see if he can get back in this one.
All right, the 3-6 here spare for Aaron. Right now, Jeff has a max score of 222. Aaron just needs to make this, and he missed it. Well, he just is going to have 8 pins unless Jeff strikes out.
That's what you got to guard of. You got to guard of letting down. A little high, leaving just the 4 for Jeff Parrish, but What a great run in the tournament here for Jeff. Going to finish third. Great bowling all weekend. Number 2 seed in a very demanding condition, and came out today and had a great job in match play.
Well, still a great weekend for
No,
Jeff,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
I'm sure the disappointment, when you make it this far, you're one match away, right?
Yeah.
It's like getting to you have the front 9 and you miss the first one in the 10th. You just, you get so close, you want it so bad.
And you got to be careful that it doesn't become a negative impact, because
Right.
it's not. You finish third in a very difficult condition and week, but you've matched up to it and you figured it out, and like you said, a few shots away from maybe even winning the title. So a great tournament for Jeff Parrish.
Well, Aaron McCormick is going to advance to the title match. Can Aaron be the first to win both Masters, the State Masters and the Senior Masters?
Well, all you can do is give yourself a chance, and he's done that so far. And he's going to have to beat a very tough player in Ron Hurt twice. And but you don't look past the first one.
That's right.
You got to win the first one.
Still a great weekend for Jeff Parrish, and it's so hard to get to this point. So.
Oh, yeah.
But I know he's probably disappointed. But we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the title match. It's going to be Aaron McCormick against Ron Hurt. You're watching the Senior Masters right here on Savage Bowling TV. All right, welcome back here to the broadcast booth. Scott Gilmore here. We're at the championship match of the Indiana Senior Masters, and it's going to be Aaron McCormick taking on Ron Hurt, and Mike Albie's lane side with both competitors. Mike, take it away.
All right, I'm here with Aaron McCormick. Aaron, you're going for the title today. You've bowled really well so far. Do you change anything going into this last game?
Now I'm going to stick with what I'm doing.
All right, Aaron, good luck. I want to go with our tournament leader, Ron. Ron, you're doing really great so far. You've bowled Aaron already once, and it's a tough match. Do you see this one playing out any different, even though you've got an extra one, because he's got to beat you twice?
No, I think it's going to be a good match. We both made the previous match a good one, come down to the 10th frame. I see it happening the same way. We're both throwing it pretty good.
Best of luck, Ron. All right, two great players ready to duke it out for this title, and Aaron McCormick needs to beat Ron Hurt twice to win this title. So back to you, Scott.
All right, thanks, Mike. And, wow, if this title match is anything like their finals of the winner's bracket, we are in for a treat this morning or this afternoon. Aaron just came up 3 pins short from Ron. Ron winning that match 237 to 234. And now you made a great point there, Mike. Aaron's got to beat Ron Hurt twice, and that could be a tough task. But, boy, if anybody can, Aaron might with the way his ball is reacting.
Yeah, and if you're either one of these guys, you don't want to let down because they're both so good that you can't give them any leeway. And one thing Ron Hurt doesn't want to do, he doesn't want to rely on have to bowl that second game. Aaron's got to go, just all the way to the finish, give it everything he's got, leave nothing left. Ron's got a little leeway, but you don't want to really use it.
Well, and you're right, because all the pressure right now is on Aaron McCormick. If Aaron can win that first match and force a game 2, then all the pressure goes right on to Ron Hurt,
right? It flips
right?
Right back to you. Yeah, it sure does.
Well, we appreciate you again watching the Senior Masters all morning long. Here we are in the afternoon hours. We want to thank our sponsors, Championship Lanes. What a wonderful host they've been here for the Senior Masters. Angie Collop has done a phenomenal job, and their staff. Want to also thank A1 Automotive out of Fort Wayne, Pinheads, Bowling and Entertainment out of Fishers, Tim Mack's Victory Lane Pro Shop, and Mike Albie's Arrowhead Bowl. And here's our first shot of the championship match, and Ron starts right off with where he's left off.
And he took off. I mean, he obviously didn't have to bowl during this last match, and he threw some shots off to the side, but it's not the same as when you're in competition bowling. So he sat over there and kind of planned it. He planned it perfectly, started out with a perfect strike, and sends a message to his opponent, Aaron McCormick, I got to be ready.
Ron Hurt out of Greenwood looking for that first state title here in the scratch events here at the Senior Masters. Aaron McCormick already has a State Masters title to his resume. He's looking to add a Senior Masters. Now, Aaron has also won several state tournaments in like the state USBC championships. So he's looking to add that other big scratch resume.
Yeah, and sending that shot out too. Scout takes the 10 out, although something's still standing. I think it's the 6 still standing in the gutter, but it's down. So great start by both players.
His pin carry's been phenomenal.
It has. That light hit has been devastating. It's just that solid 10 that, a couple times that got in there. But if he just needs to keep his head down and keep making good shots, because it certainly looks like Ron's going to.
Well, and you're looking at, when the tournament starts for match play, you're thinking, okay, who do we like? We made a comment before this started that you thought Ron Hurt could be one of the favorites. Yeah. But Aaron McCormick is another one of those guys that's got a lot of talent, and when he gets in a roll, he can throw a lot of strikes as well.
Yeah, no, he deserves to. We've got the two guys that from today's bowling deserve to be here for sure.
Oh, and he comes in light. Yeah. There goes the 4.
Yeah. And it looks like, both these guys are lined up. They've kind of got it figured out now. It's just that occasional shot that is a little bit off. Are you going to get that break that breaks down a split or whatever? And that spare. You got to pick the spares up.
Well, Aaron all he has to do is avoid that miss in a little bit where he grabs
a little quick.
Yep. And Ron's mistakes have been missing a little right because he's playing just a little farther left than Aaron, not much. Oh, beautiful shot. Oh, man. I tell you what, right now, fans, you are in for a treat. If this is anything like their
Messages are being sent
Oh, my
back
goodness.
and forth. Yeah.
want to thank everyone again for watching. And this is why we bowl. When you get those competitive juices, these are the moments
Yeah.
that you
this
come
is
to the
fun.
bowling center.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty shot. Oh, he'll take that. He thought he might have got around that one a little quick, but did a great job. Good ball speed and high flush.
now.
And he's went to that ball. Ron Hurt just went to that ball that he switched to before when they bowled each other. Just one pair to the left of where they were, I think.
Yeah. Third frame, working on a double. That's a little left.
Oh, my. Solid 9.
It was just a little
And that's probably
left.
what Ron Hurt was working. That ball broke a little bit sharp, but yeah, Aaron labeled that shot. Great shot. Solid 9. This is where you got to remember, keep yourself set and make this spare. Don't let it get away from you. And I'll tell you what, it's quiet in here. You're up there and you hear everything.
Yeah. This is when you hear all the pins.
You hear
recycle.
everything. You hear 'em all.
You're
You
hearing the
can count
machines
them. You can-
recycle and
yeah.
everything, right?
Well, see, one more pin, you hear it drop. It should drop the pins. Yeah, no, you can't get caught up in all that. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You could hear a pin drop in here almost. And I don't mean bowling pin. I mean
Yeah,
bobby pin.
It's important now for Aaron just get back on it and just make another good shot and start another string.
These last 3 or 4 rounds, he has been
Oh.
very impressive.
Very.
Well, left.
Oh, he'll take that
Oh, what a break.
one. He'll take that one. Little quick with the
Six
feet.
pin goes down, and good sportsmanship there by Ron. Of course, they were talking about the previous match that they had, and Ron got a lucky break there going Brooklyn and to extend one of his strings. And 2 very likable individuals
Yes.
here in the championship match. Oh,
Big shot.
that's the hit.
Yeah, every strike there is just adding to the lead. So
That light mixer is where you need to be. You know, Scotty Kramer has got a few games in this building, and he should know. And that's where he said the bread and butter is right there.
Yeah, these guys have been showing it for sure. Yeah, it's great shot making.
We hope you are enjoying the Senior Masters here on Savage Bowling TV. We'll be off for a week, and then we'll be right back at it November 10th from Mike Olby's Arrowhead Bowl in Lafayette, Indiana for the Indiana Scratch Classic. Another tournament, Mike, that's always delivered some
Yes,
dramatic
It
finishes.
really has.
Another beautiful shot, front 5
Yeah,
for
not much
Ron.
doubt. Yeah, not
Yeah.
much doubt in Ron Hurt's shots. Great shots.
You know, even though
Solid 4-bagger.
Aaron McCormick's like, are you just going to give me an opportunity at all?
Well, he's got a break in the last frame, but it's time to. He's got to put a couple together here to keep Ron Hurt knowing he's in the rearview mirror there a bit. One at a time, though.
A couple of loose shots here from
Yeah,
Aaron.
lost a little bit of his timing. Got getting a little quick.
It's one thing too, and I know everybody has their own style, but I've always been one. Once I got my feet set on the approach, I like to go.
Yeah.
And I always felt like if you're standing there for longer than, let's say, 2 seconds, too many things are running through your
No,
mind at
you-
that point.
Yeah, you got to be careful not to outthink yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I know Aaron's more of a deliberate player from that standpoint. But, you know, ooh, would have made the 7-pin.
Well, like I said, it's, you know, once it's out of your hand, it's history. Now it's time to just
Right.
forget about those. Let's just get back lined up. Let's just, you know, do all the thinking back here. Get up there. Once you're set up there, let's go and just make shots and see what goes here.
Well, and Aaron's also thinking, well, my opponent can't miss, and I feel like I have to be in that same.
Well, you got to be
Sometimes you
careful.
put a little too much pressure on
yeah,
yourself.
You got to be careful getting into that situation. Exactly.
All right. 6th frame here. Championship match. Aaron McCormick, Ron Hurt. Aaron trailing in the match after Ron Hurt starts off with the front 5 strikes. And he's left again. Oh, and a Brooklyn strike.
That's a good break, but he just needs to come back and reload.
Well,
Reload.
Mike, it just looks like Aaron just a little.
He's out. I think he's just doing a little too much thinking right
Yeah.
now. You just needs to go back and let it rip like he was. And that's easier said than done.
It is. You know, and plus, you know, you're starting to get a little mentally tired as well.
Well, it's you know, it may not seem like a lot of games, but it's a lot of time. And that's all being thrown to you mentally and physically both, because stop, start, especially in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, and that's what I always think makes the State Masters so hard. Oh, high flush, because we have double the players in the bracket. So if you're in that loser's bracket early, you're bowling a lot of games, and it takes a lot longer time frame to finish that.
And you got Ron Hurt, who's just calm, cool, just out there making shots. You know, not a whole lot of emotion, but he oozes confidence. You know, you just see it. You know.
Well, this guy's got a lot of experience. PBA 50 bowler. He's bowled almost every tour stop this past season on the PBA 50 swing and did quite well. And so, you know, he's got a lot of experience bowling under pressure.
Oh, my.
Almost a 4-9.
Yeah.
Thankful for just a 4.
Yeah. But he's obviously thrown the ball very good. He's made the right decision on the equipment. He's just making good shots. And I'm sure, like any true champion, Aaron's the same way. That if you only need to win one, you want to win it now.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, you don't want to
don't
mess around.
Nope.
You do not want to have to bowl that second game.
Yeah. But this does give Aaron a little bit of hope here. If he can put together a couple strikes here now, next 2 shots are important, but he's just got to go out there and make a good shot and not put too much pressure on himself to do it.
Well, and that's evident in some of the other matches we've seen where, if you remember, Kevin McCune was bowling Matt Sanders right here. Matt Sanders was the 1 seed. Kevin got him the first game, then got him the second game, and it's just so much harder.
Flips, like you said, it flips all the pressure. This is very, very big ball for Aaron McCormick.
I think it's a must strike.
Good shot.
Ooh,
just
7
over it.
pin falls late. He had to take a double check there. He had to look again. But no, it fell.
That was a big shot. Big shot.
That just kind of keeps things within 20 pins, right? I mean,
Well, yeah, each shot's big because he needs to kind of continue to push this over back into Ron Hurt's court a little bit.
well, now we're stepping up into the 8th frame. Late stages here.
Yeah.
Can Aaron McCormick force a second game? You know, and that also reminds me, too, when we had the new sisters, Samantha and
Right,
Shelby.
yes.
Samantha was the number 1
Yeah.
seed. Shelby got her that first game, and then she got her this. So it's really
Changed
hard.
the
Is
whole
that
momentum, yeah.
it really is tough to come back after you've lost that first game for the number 1
Big
seed.
shot.
Oh, man, that had some.
There's that confidence that Aaron
That
has.
was nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron felt that one. That was a good one. Good shot.
You can tell when he starts running it out a little bit,
Yeah.
he knows it's close. Good off the hand. That lets Ron know that Aaron ain't going anywhere.
And Ron's in good position here. He just needs to keep making good shots.
And that is hard to do when you've come, Aaron threw a couple of loose shots there, right? You got
It's
to
hard
take
to
a
do.
deep breath and just refocus like you
Yeah,
said, Mike.
yeah.
And now, can Ron get back on the strike train? 8th frame. Oh,
my.
Messenger! No. 10-pin.
Good break and getting the 7 out of that. That had 7-10 all over it, but great. It was a great shot.
Now you got to make your spare. Now, one thing here that does with those 9 spares back to back, it still gives Ron the edge.
It stalls it stalls, yeah.
Aaron max score 259. Ron Hurt max score 268. What a title match we have.
Great spare shooter, Ron Hurd. He doesn't let those get away from him. He's made good shots. Here's a big frame, 9th frame.
Well, we've seen a lot of single pin misses in this tournament so far, and when you guys bowled, you might not miss a 7-pin for 4, 5, 6 weeks maybe, right? I mean, you guys on the PBA tour were so solid.
Later in my career, not early.
All right, all back to business here. 9th frame.
Big shot.
Oh my goodness.
I've never seen that almost fall forward and then not stand up.
Wow, I am speechless right there.
Aaron McCormick now controls his own destiny even this match, in this first game.
He can shut Ron Hurd out in the 10th frame. Unbelievable.
But he needs the 9th and 10th.
Now,
Wow,
keep in mind.
Great shot by Ron Hurt, though. Great shot.
Keep in mind, too, Aaron with 2 Brooklyn strikes on that left lane.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
But he's come back. The last 2 have been good. So let's see. But he's got to make one at a time. You can't get ahead of yourself in this.
Yeah. Well, this.
And it's not over either direction. Even if he doesn't strike here, it's not over.
Yeah.
But
the,
this
the
is a
first
huge
one here
shot.
is huge. This really forces Ron to show up in the 10th frame. Oh, light.
No.
2-pin. That one he got a little quick. That's the first time he's missed right.
Yeah, he just leaked it a little bit, but it was.
Well, he told himself, I'm not missing left,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, he waited
And-
on it. I mean, he made a good roll at it.
it was close. Now, with
Got
the
to pick the spare, yeah.
still not over. Mark here and good count. He's going to force Ron still to show up in the 10th frame. All right. He still has 238 out there.
And he needs that to keep Ron Hurt honest here in the 10th frame.
That's right.
Not honest, but you know what I mean?
Right.
He needs it to,
Well, he
have
needs
a chance.
He needs a double to
Have a
force
chance. Yeah.
Ron to mark in the 10th frame right now.
Yeah.
He's got to have these first 2 here in the 10th. But you can't get the second one if you don't get the first.
Yeah.
Here we go, 10th frame. Another unbelievable match between these 2 players. Oh, even worse break by taking
Yeah.
out the 6, leaving the
Looked
3-10.
like a little less ball speed on that one, a little bit, but
Was that a little bit maybe of was he maybe a little fast with the speed in the first one or in the 9th? And then
it's
that's a little
possible.
adjustment that
It's
he's made?
possible, but yeah, I mean, he's bowled a good game. It's just he's run into Ron Hurt, who's been the star all day and continues through this title match. Nice spare.
All right, good cover.
Nice spare.
Yeah, and now Ron just needs to keep it on the lane, basically.
Yeah, disappointing for Aaron, obviously, and but boy, he's bowled well all day, and he bowled well to get in. I mean, it's just Ron Hurt went out there and won it. I mean,
Yeah.
he just he put together some. Well, the last couple of games we've watched here between like just the matches against Aaron were just unbelievable.
Yeah, really, Ron just needs 5 pins on his first ball just to, and with anything less than a strike, it's less than that. So, yeah, Ron just is going to need basically 4 pins. But boy, if you're Aaron McCormick, if you said, "Hey, I'll give you 224, take your chance," I'm taking my chances, aren't you?
Yeah.
That just shows you how good
Yeah,
Ron Hurt
no,
has
Ron
bowled.
Hurt's bowled well, very well.
And
He's
really,
bowled the best.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I mean, he
certainly
could easily have the front 9 this
it's
game.
certainly his tournament.
Yeah. 10th frame here for Ron Hurt. And that will be enough. Ron Hurt from Greenwood, Indiana, your 2024 Indiana Senior Masters champion. And well-deserved. He has bowled fantastic all day long. We came in before the match play started, and if you thought, is there a favorite here? We kind of looked at Ron with the PBA 50 experience and just the amount of bowling this man has done. We thought he might have an edge. And, boy, not only has he bowled well, he has earned.
Dominated, yeah.
Yes, he has dominated and earned this championship.
Yeah.
Your champion, Ron Hurt from Greenwood, will be back with the check and trophy presentation right here on Savage Bowling TV.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And we've just concluded the 2024 Indiana USBC Senior Masters, and I'm currently with, for the check presentation and a trophy presentation, we have Jeff Circle from the Indiana USBC, the tournament director, and we have our champion, Ron Hurt. Jeff, with the spoils.
Ron, on behalf of the Indiana USBC, I want to present you with this wonderful Eagle trophy and this little check here for $1,200. Great bowling today. You did a great job. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jeff.
Ron, what a tremendous day for you and weekend. You bowled so well, but you've been bowling well all year, so it's no surprise. Scott and I had talked earlier about how well you were bowling, and you were kind of one of the ones we thought might be here at the end. And congratulations, but how's it feel to win the 2024 Senior Masters?
It feels great. You know, I've bowled it. I turned 50 a couple years ago. I was able to bowl this a couple times. I think I made it to the round of 8 once. Just some tough matches at times, but yeah, it feels good to get it to just keep together and win the matches. Yeah.
You know, you bowled well earlier in the matches as well, but looked like you made a ball change that really kind of made things. I mean, you threw the ball awesome. It wasn't necessarily just a ball change, but you made a ball change late, it looked like, or maybe you'd used it earlier, but you went to a ball that certainly seemed to match up with what you were doing.
Yeah, during one of the breaks where I was practicing at the end, I switched to the Ion Pro, but as I was throwing it in the match, it didn't give me any room left. So I switched back to the Harsh Reality Pearl, which gave me that push and gave me a little hold in the middle. And so it was a ball, and that's between that and Virtual Energy Blackout have been the two main balls that I've thrown yesterday and today. They rolled great.
Well, congratulations. The ball was only part of it. You were the main part of it, and you made great shots all weekend. And congratulations on winning the 2024 USBC Indiana Senior Masters. And we'll see you back next year and probably later this year to bowl on some of the other USBC events, correct?
Yes, definitely will. Yeah, I love, Jeff puts on a great tournament. All the tournaments he runs are great. So, yeah, I definitely look forward to bowling as many events as I can.
Well, congratulations. Very proud of you. Good job. And we look forward to seeing you later this year.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Mike.
Back to you, Scott.
All right. Thanks, Mike. And what a day it's been here at the Senior Masters here in Anderson, Indiana. And really the guy that we thought would win ended up winning. It doesn't always play out that way, but
usually doesn't, right?
But you're right. Great interview there, and changing to a ball that necessarily didn't make him bowl better, but it just matched up better. And boy, he made quality shot after quality shot. And
on the scoring pace that we saw, I mean, he just got more and more confidence as the day went, as did Aaron McCormick. But the ball change kind of added to that that gave him a little more room to. Not only that, but it carried very well, and I mean, he was averaging 240 or 250, where guys were averaging 170 and 180. So I mean, he made it look easy, and what a great champion, great guy, great bowler.
Well, if you're Aaron McCormick, you're disappointed, but man, you gave it everything you had. If you probably ask him and say, hey, we'll give you 230 and 220 in your games against Ron, you take your chances. I'm sure Aaron's going to take those scores every time. But he just ran into a guy that just was in his zone.
And he did, and Aaron made great shots. I mean, he looked confident doing it, and talking to Aaron afterwards, it was 20 years ago that he won the regular Masters, and the same way kind of would have come and won 2 matches, but one of those things, and he certainly had a great tournament, and to be runner-up, what a great job for Aaron McCormick as well.
That's going to wrap things up here from Anderson, Indiana, here at Championship Lanes. I want to thank our sponsors before we cut off our broadcast. Without them, these broadcasts on Savage Bowling TV are not possible. I want to thank Championship Lanes, the host center here, and all the wonderful things that Angie Collop and their staff do for us at these tournaments. I want to thank A1 Automotive, Pinheads Entertainment, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl, the Brands of Brunswick, and Tim Mack's Victory Lane Pro Shop. For Scott Gilmore, Mike Alby, and Chad Lester, our engineer, that's going to be it here from Championship Lanes. Your winner from Greenwood, Indiana, your champion, Ron Hurt. Thanks for watching here on Savage Bowling TV. We'll see you in 2 weeks from this Man's Center in Lafayette for the Indiana Scratch Classic. We hope you join us for that broadcast too as well. So long, everyone.